the postseason with a great performance.
Gwynn and Chris are ready to go.
Munoz delivers, and that's in the air to right field. Well struck. Walker's going back. He's on the warning track at the wall. It's going to go! Apotaco for Ramon Laureano. His first is a Padre. 16th of the season, and now 7-0 in the 8th.
And what's happening in San Diego? Welcome in, everybody. Manic Monday, kicking off a new week. San Diego's #1 sports talk station. That's us, 97.3 The Fan. We're glad you're with us. Chris Ello. Tony Gwynn Jr. is idle today. Matt Skraby alongside in the Odyssey Palace studios. Padres heading to Arizona tonight to take on what's left of the Diamondbacks, I guess. They traded a bunch of guys. Still got some pretty good players down there. And we'll be heading down to talk to the play-by-play voice of the San Diego Padres, radio play-by-play voice of the San Diego Padres. No, not Jesse Agler. I tricked you. Radio play-by-play voice of the Padres tonight. Sam Levitt will be calling the game tonight. And we're going to call him, give him a hard time, try to get him a little nervous before the broadcast tonight.
Yes.
He's got the game tonight, he and Scan. I guess Jesse's on TV. Tony is, I think Tony is taking his daughter maybe this week to college. I'm not sure, but
no.
He's not on the broadcast.
He told me it was just scheduled series off.
Schedule break for Tony Gwynn Jr. So, but no break for the Padres. They take 2 out of 3 from the Redbirds over the weekend. Could I just say for a second, and then I'll move past it? Should have swept the series. Okay, I'll get past it.
I don't think that's unfair.
Yeah, I can't win every game, but when I'm up 4-0 on my home, field.
Yeah, you shouldn't do
that. Even with Vasquez, I feel like I got to win that game, but I didn't. And the Cardinals were able to sneak one in the middle there. Otherwise, Padres were pretty much in command of the weekend, and they end the weekend as they began it, 3 games behind the Dodgers in the NL West. But Padres do gain a game on the Speedway playing Cincinnati Reds, who fell 4 games back of the Padres in the wild card. So that's, that to me is the big bulletin right there. I want to get into the playoffs. I really
playoffs.
I don't think it matters the 6th seed. I mean, I'm going to look this up a little bit later because I just thought of it, but I think the 6th seed has gone to the World Series like almost every time. I know the Phillies, when they beat the Padres that year, they were the 6th seed. I'm almost sure the next year the Diamondbacks went to the World Series as the 6th seed. So, it really, we've seen it enough now to know that the baseball playoffs don't favor, the teams that get a bye, and they don't favor the top ranked teams. I mean, I think you just have last year now, I think Dodgers, Yankees were both up at the top.
Yeah.
But my point being is in the current setup of the playoffs, you're just as likely to go to the World Series as the 1 seed as you are the 6th seed. So just get in. And right now the Padres sit there in a nice spot, 4 games up. They do have to keep an eye, though, over their shoulder, Tony Skraby.
I'll take that.
I know I'm hoping Tony's here, but he's not. Wait, no, he's not there.
No, he's not there.
He's not over there. Skraby, you have to look over your shoulder, Skraby. Coming in the rearview mirror at full speed, the Miami Marlins are making a charge.
I know.
They swept the Yankees over the weekend. That's the first time ever that's happened. And the Miami Marlins, of all franchises, are now the answer to this question. Who is the only Major League Baseball team that has an all-time winning record against the Yankees? No other team in the history of baseball has a winning percentage against the Yankees, except the Marlins. And the Marlins beat them in the World Series way back when as well. So for whatever reason, the Miami Marlins have had a little bit of the number of the Yankees. The Marlins become the first team. Now I'm going to stop talking about them, but they become the first team in 11 years to be 16 games under 500 at one point and rally back to the 500 mark in the same season. Miami Marlins are at 500 right now.
Yeah, that's the reason I
can't believe it.
I didn't feel so bad when the Padres lost 2 of 3 to the Marlins right out of the All-Star break, because the Marlins are a good team. Like it or not.
They're playing well. They're 30-14, all right, in their last 44 games. So that would say that's good. We'll see where that goes. But, yeah, they're coming fast. I think they're still 6 games behind the Padres. So we have a little breathing room on the Marlins for this wild card. But all in all, Skrabe, I'd say the first weekend with the new look Padres was a rousing success. Mason Miller made his debut on Friday night, and I believe his first strikeout, the one he got on Jordan Walker, that fastball buzzed in there at a cool 103.
I know.
So, look, when you can throw 103, look, David Morgan was blowing guys away yesterday at 97. That's still fast.
Yeah.
So, Mason Miller's going 6 miles beyond that. And then when he pitches the 8th inning, then you have to dial it down a little bit for when Robert Suarez comes in only throwing 100 in the 9th inning. It's such an awesome, back-to-back situation. And now for Mike Schilt to be able to, Morejon didn't do, he has 7-0 lead. I don't think he was 100% focused yesterday, to be honest with you. But to be able to put Morejon in whenever you want, to be able to put Jason Adamant or Estrada in the 5th inning if you need to bail yourself out of a jam. They have so many options now. And, the bottom of the lineup is now, at least you can't just get up and go to the bathroom anymore. Honestly, the first 3 months of the season, 7, 8, 9, you might as well go make a sandwich. You're not going to miss anything.
It was an automatic out.
There's 3 automatic outs.
That's why I've eaten too many sandwiches this year, Chris.
Yeah, we're eating too many sandwiches because the 7, 8, 9 guys keep coming up. And all right, it's only 3 games, but those 3 games, the 7, 8, 9 batters combined to go 8 for 27. That's a 296 average. The bottom 3 batters scored 7 runs, and they had 7 RBIs. From the bottom of the order yesterday, Laureano and Cronenworth 7-8 both hit home runs. Look, Fermin is Fermin. I'm still a wait and see on this guy, but he's got 3 hits so far in 2 games. He's walked. He's been on base. I don't think anybody's really even tried to run on him yet, so we'll see about that. You're going to still have to convince me that it was worthwhile to trade 2 young starting pitchers for him, but so far so good. And obviously Laureano batting 7th now, and Jake becomes a lot more dangerous batting 8th than he is batting 5th or 6th. And so the lineup is lengthened. Ryan O'Hearn, contributed not as much as I imagine as he wanted to. And then again, there's the other side of what happens when you make all of these trades. Gavin Sheets did not get his butt off the bench this entire weekend. And I honestly think Gavin Sheets is a contributing member of this team. I appreciate that you got to get the new guys in. You want to get their feet wet. You want O'Hearn to, you want to see him at first base. You want to see him in left field. You had a lefty pitch Friday night. So obviously Sheets is on the bench, but I don't think it's fair. Fair is, I know life isn't fair, but I don't think it's fair to Gavin Sheets, who's contributed all year long, been a big part of everything, and you don't even let him see the light of day for the weekend. To me, he gets one of the starts, and then O'Hearn can have 2. But to me, Sheets needs to still be a big part. Now, maybe he'll be in there tonight. We'll see. I don't have the lineup out yet, Skrabe.
I haven't seen it yet, no.
I don't know that I just ready to make Gavin Sheets a pinch hitter. I don't think that's fair.
I don't think that's the case.
Okay, well,
I hear what you're saying, because we actually, in Padres Pen Pals at 340, someone asked me the same question about, would you feel some type of way if they traded players that took your spot? And so we'll answer that specific question.
I would not feel some type of way if you traded for Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio, and then I had to go to the bench. But we traded for Ramon Laureano and Ryan O'Hearn. They're good ball players, but I don't know that they're better than Gavin Sheets. I think he's at least the same.
I think Ramon Laureano is going to be the left field, everyday left fielder.
Defensively, it's a huge upgrade.
Yes.
And, he can hit. He's having – look, Laureano, check me. I'm going to double check this while I'm talking. But I think he has a better OPS than Manny Machado. All right? So, Laureano deserves a chance in there. Manny's at 860.
He's 886.
Yeah, Laureano, he's got a better OPS than Manny. So
he deserves to be in there.
Let him play left field, for the time being. But I need to get, Sheets needs to play. And I'm not just saying this because he was our guest Friday. I feel like we benched him ourselves, by putting him on the show Friday.
Thankfully, we have nothing to do with the lineup.
We have nothing to do with the lineup. I just think a guy that's a big part of what you're doing all year deserves to be a part of what you're doing. Now, if Sheets was hitting 190, then I couldn't wait to get him on the bench. But he's been a big part of this thing all year long, and I thought it was a slap in the face, to just bench him for 3. Not even let him see the light of day.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you, but I feel like they were just trying to work those guys in, giving him a couple more days off, and then he can come back. I mean, hopefully he's in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, we'll see. Right-handed pitcher tonight, Brandon Pfaadt. To me, we'll see if Sheets gets in, or are they just going to stick with what they're doing right now? I mean, look, if you play O'Hearn at first base, are you going to stick? You're not going to take Arise out. He's in the middle of a 16-game hitting streak.
Yeah.
Not only has he got 16 games, he's hitting like 450.
He's hitting 400 over the last.
Okay, so it's one of the best 16-game stretches in Padre history. I know that. I think Tony's dad had a couple of hotter streaks over 16 games, but no, you're not going to take Arise out. So really, all you can do now to get Sheets in is either rest Laureano or, decide between Sheets and O'Hearn, but that's Mike Shilt's problem. I can sit here and complain about it. What I don't want to have happen, and I'm not saying it will, but we remember what happened all too unfortunately when Adam Frazier came that one year.
Yeah.
And he took a spot.
Yeah.
And then they tried to keep moving everybody around. And all of a sudden, there was a bunch of guys getting days off that hadn't, you know what I mean? Do you remember this?
I do. And it blew up in their face.
It didn't work. It didn't work at all. So now, Mike Schilt said on Friday that he talked to Gavin Sheets after the acquisition of these guys. I hope he sat him down and said, look, this weekend, we're probably going to go with these guys, give them a chance to get their feet wet, but you're back in there.
From everything that we've been told,
happens.
Mike Schilt is a great communicator.
We'll find out. Because look, I'm sounding like I'm Gavin Sheets' parents right now.
Who are you, Larry?
Yeah, Larry. He's a big boy. I just think it's something you got to consider. Randy Vasquez gets sent to the minor leagues. Again, that's part of the, what do you call it, collateral damage. You're bringing in Cortez. You're bringing in Sears, who's starting tonight.
He's had plenty of opportunities to stick himself there.
You're right. Vasquez has driven me crazy all year. I give him a thumbs up for what he's contributed, but they have better guys. I'm not so sure they have better guys than Sheets. All right, we'll take a quick break. We're just underway. We got a lot to get to today. Sam Levitt joins us. Padres and Diamondbacks tonight. Keep you up to date with all of that. Let you know what else is in store between now and the ball game. Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. Do you?
Well, Dylan, I think the first obvious question, long hair, long beard, have you had a shave since the last game of the season?
I don't think so.
Man.
I don't think so.
That's great.
Why is that?
Just changing it up. Why not?
Okay. All right. I'm jealous of the beard because I'm a guy who likes to grow a beard, but your beard, how long did that take to grow?
I think this is 3 months, maybe.
3 months.
Now,
okay.
is this going to stay as we get into spring? Are you going to keep it? Because I don't think I've ever seen you. I've seen the beard before. I don't think I've ever seen the hair.
No, I haven't had hair like this since I was 12. I'll probably keep it. We'll see how it performs, really.
That's the key.
That's
How
the
does it
thing.
perform?
That's the biggest thing.
Speaking of perform, how you feeling, man? Obviously, spring training right around the corner. Pitchers and catchers report. This is the time of year where the green light goes on again.
Yeah, I feel good. Working on a bunch of different stuff. Biggest thing is really just getting the body to feel good and getting ramped up. But I feel like I'm on track.
How do you deal in terms of getting yourself ready each and every year? You know, ball players are notorious for always trying to figure out how to get a little bit better. You're probably one of the most consistent guys in our league. Is there as much a focus on finding ways to get better, or is the focus how to continue on the path that you've been on, which is a guy who can get in a lot of innings every year?
I mean, I guess it kind of depends on what part of the offseason I'm in and, what I'm trying to work on. Like specifically this offseason, I've made a little mechanical adjustment, tinkering with some new pitches. But the bulk of it is just getting my body ready, really. I mean, that's the main focus, main priority. So I kind of know where I need to be in terms of like my velocity and bullpens and building up and all that. So I always like to think I'm adding. I'm definitely working on new pitches and exciting stuff like that. So at the end of the day, I kind of know that my four-seamer and my slider and my curveball are kind of going to be my main pitches.
Right.
So it's like no matter what, that's my base and foundation, and everything from there is just tinkering and just seeing if I can get a little bit better.
We're talking to... All of a sudden, my mic over there.
There you go.
Sorry. We're talking to Dylan Cease here,
Don't
Padres
panic.
starting pitcher. I wasn't panicking.
You look like you panicked.
I was panicking for one half.
He made me panic.
Did I look like I panicked?
You panicked a little bit, that's
all
all
right.
right.
Well, if Dylan says I panicked, then I panicked. I'm going to have to ask the question about, and I know you've been asked this today, but your name has been a part of a lot of trade rumors this year. I think Padres fans want you to stay here in San Diego. See, right there? How do you deal with that? Because I would imagine that would be hard.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's my second year in a row dealing with it, so I got experience now. It's just part of the business, I guess. Really, wherever I go, I'm gonna make the best of the opportunity. I love San Diego and I want to be here, so it's like if I don't go anywhere, I love it here. And if they trade me, then I just have to go make the best of it wherever I go.
Now, Dylan, you talked a little bit about working on new pitches and mechanics. For you, how long does a mechanical change take to be something where you don't have to think about it anymore?
Yeah, and that depends. This specific scenario, I'm working on an upper half thing, a glove thing. So I don't know. It's kind of new territory for me.
Yeah. So you're kind of figuring it out as you go.
Yeah, but it really gets to the point where it feels good, and then from there it's just ramping up the intensity. And because anytime you do something at a higher power, higher speed, it's like a new feeling altogether. So I can sit and train it one way, but until I'm throwing 98 with it,
doing it in game speed,
And a lot of it, is kind of like learning my body, and then I'll throw a pitch, and it's like, oh, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Like specifically, if I'm throwing a four-seam fastball and I'm trying to throw it just through somebody, but it's yanked, it's like, okay, something happened right there. I don't know, something came off. I didn't use my legs.
You could just feel something different about it.
And then you see the shape of the pitch. So a lot of it's just gaining feedback from what the ball's doing, and then trying to manipulate my body to see, like, oh, okay, when I do this, the ball goes this way, and just see if I can't ingrain that.
Well, Dylan, I think the first obvious question: long hair, long beard. Have you had a shave since the last game of the season?
Pencils and scorecards ready. I need everybody to jot this down somewhere. Actually, I guess you don't make notes on a piece of paper anymore.
Notes on a scorecard?
Yeah, you make them on your phone.
I still...
Do you still write stuff down?
I still have my notebook around here somewhere because it's easier for me during the show.
My wife, when we have plans, she gets the phone out and plugs it in somewhere, and I run around and grab my calendar, which is an actual calendar with boxes on it with the dates, and that's where I write stuff in. I don't find stuff on my phone, so I don't put it in my phone. I know I haven't come around yet, but I just haven't.
Here, I'll admit something, Chris.
Go ahead.
My calendar is a mess.
Your calendar on the phone?
On the phone, in person.
Okay.
I need to do better at my calendar.
I write stuff down still. So I would write this down. You probably will put it in your phone. But here's what we want you to do and remember. A week from this Friday, that would be August the 15th. What you want to write down in the book: Islands Restaurant, Carmel Mountain Ranch. Skraby and I are going to be there broadcasting live from 2 to 6 p.m. That is August 15th. That's a week from this Friday. Now, the Dodgers are home to the Padres that night. Tony will obviously be up there in L.A. at the game. But we're going to get you ready for the beginning of that huge series, Padres, Dodgers in LA. And we're going to be broadcasting. So come on out on Friday, August 15th. We're going to be giving away, among other things, a baseball signed by Fernando Tatis Jr. Good prize. We're also going to give away some tickets that day for when the Giants come to town the following week. And beyond that, just good times and good food. And I've said this before. This isn't because we're going to Island, Skraby. Best French fries in San Diego County, bar none, Islands.
Really?
I've said it many
times. Is it because of the unlimited fries? I don't even know that
they have unlimited anymore. They used to for many years. That is not why. They are that good.
They're just that good.
They're that good. Basket of Island fries, off the charts good. Come on Friday, the August 15th. I'll prove it to you.
People are saying,
what?
I love Islands, and I don't care who knows it. Those cheddar cheese or cheddar fries slap hard. Island sliders also elite.
Sliders? Okay. I usually, me, I get salad at Islands. They got good salads, but I cheat and get the big basket of fries.
Of course.
And my wife won't let me order my own basket. She wants to share the fries. Yeah. And you know how Lori eats. She doesn't eat a lot of food that, greasy food.
Yeah.
She makes an exception for Island's fries. I can't get my hand in there fast enough. They're that good.
They are very good. I remember
fantastic.
Tony, and I had a meeting at Islands years ago.
Fantastic.
And we all just demolished the fries. I feel bad for that waitress. She had to bring back like three baskets of fries.
Isn't that funny that we're doing an appearance at Islands? I don't care about the people. I don't care about the TV.
It's the fries.
I'm just thinking about the fries.
Well, it's the food too. I like their chicken sandwiches. Very good.
I love Islands. We'll be there, like I said, Carmel Mountain Ranch, Friday, August 15th. Make a note. Come on out. Join us. Grab yourself who knows? You might win the Fernando Tatis signed baseball.
And it starts at 2 p.m. We're getting some questions. So we're going to be doing, doing the whole show 2 to 6 from Islands.
Yeah, did I thought
No, we're just repeating it because someone missed it.
All right, 2 to 6, yes. A week from Friday. Not this Friday, a week from Friday. All right, JP Sears makes his Padre debut tonight. And calling the game will be Sam Levitt. He will be on the show in about 20 minutes from Arizona. I understand that Sam Levitt was on the charter yesterday. He's getting a little hoity-toity for us there.
I want to know if Dave got to sit further away from the bathroom since Sam was on the charter.
Oh, you mean Dave maybe moved up a few rows?
Yeah, like
Sam
he gets to go take
back?
Tony's seat and Sam has to take Dave's seat.
Sam might have been sitting in the toilet. We'll have to find out when he joins us here in just a little bit. Skraby, you put together some really good notes here.
Thank you.
That you stole, I guess, did you steal these from Kevin Acey's
all
newsletter?
The time. I saw Kevin Acey on Saturday and said, Kevin Acey, I love your newsletter. And I mentioned that you wrote all of this stuff.
Well, we should note this because if you don't subscribe to Kevin Acey's newsletter, and I'm not paid to tell you this.
No, me neither.
Nor does his newsletter cost you anything out there,
It
right?
doesn't.
It's absolutely free, but it really gives you a lot of good stuff on the Padres that you may not know, stuff that he comes up with and stuff that he can't fit into the newspaper.
Yeah.
So Skraby reads these every day. I read them from time to time. So I recommend. How do you get this?
You go to the San Diego Union Tribune website. You go look for Kevin Acey's thing, and then you can sign up for his newsletter. But I don't just look for this every day. If Kevin Acey has a day off and he doesn't do it, I feel lost.
You feel a little out of touch.
I do.
Well,
it's that good.
His newsletter today is very good, and he talks about Sears. He talks about Darvish. He'll go tomorrow. Nestor Cortez making his Padre debut Wednesday.
Can I stop you there real quick? Because I was down in the clubhouse on Saturday talking to everyone about the trades. And all of the reporters I talked to, doesn't matter, Padre reporter, national reporter, doesn't matter. They all are convinced that Nestor Cortez could be the trade of the deadline.
The steal of the deadline?
Yes.
Nestor Cortez has had a pretty good career. The problem for Nestor Cortez is the what have you done for me lately deal.
I get it.
And in 2 games this year, only 2, he pitched 8 innings and gave up 8 runs. I think he gave up 3 home runs or something to the first 3 batters he faced. And in those 8 innings, he gave up a total of 5 home runs. So he was clearly not right. And, of course, we know what happened in the World Series last year. He came in with the bases loaded and gave up the grand slam to Freddie Freeman.
I think we have to forget about that, Chris.
Well, we can't. That's the problem. See, Nestor Cortez right now, in my mind, is good as the last time out. So he's going to need to, show me that he's back on the beam. But if he's on the beam, then he's a good pitcher. I mean, you look at 8 years in the big leagues, he's 34-22. So he's 12 games over 500, and he's got a 3.88 ERA. 1.17 whip in his career. Those are all really good. So, yes, I'm hoping that is a steal. Those are the 3 starters for this series. But here's the better news from Kevin Acey's newsletter. Michael King threw 31 pitches over 3 1/3 innings yesterday. First rehab start, pitching for AAA El Paso in a game at Round Rock, Texas. He only gave up 6 runs.
I saw that too.
I love these games in the PCL. He probably gave up 2 pop flies to shortstop that carried out of the ballpark. He did strike out 5. All right, so he had pretty good stuff.
Yeah, don't pay attention to the runs given up. Pay attention to the things like strikeouts.
Yeah. So look, here's the thing. Michael King's getting closer. So now you could, in the next 2 weeks, hopefully, maybe in time even for the Dodgers weekend, could you have King, Pivetta, Cease, Sears, Cortez, and Darvish? You could have 6 go-to starting pitchers for the final 6 weeks of the season. I don't know that there are too many teams that can make that claim. And, oh, by the way, you get to put in that bullpen behind those guys.
I think he's going to return. Michael King is going to return in one of those Giants games when they come back home.
The following week?
Yeah, because he did say that he was going to be back before his bobblehead night, which is August 20th. So 18th and 19th would be those 2 Giants
games. Those are the
games.
days you're pointing to.
Give him what, like 3?
It's got 2 more weeks from now.
3 more starts in AAA to get his arm up.
Yeah, maybe make a start where you don't give up 6 runs. I feel better about that.
That too.
Anyway, things are looking good there. They're also looking good on the offensive side. Yesterday was the 7th game in a row that the Padres scored 4 or more runs. And usually they've been scoring more than 4. Now, they lost Saturday night. I know that 8-5.
Made me look stupid, by the way, because I kept saying, don't worry, the Cardinals bullpen is just decimated. They traded everyone.
Well, it wasn't the bullpen that was the problem. It was the fact that the Cardinals kept scoring.
Yeah,
that was the problem. Yeah. So the Cardinals win that game 8-5. But I'll take it in this sense. When the Padres score 4 or more runs, they are 44-16. That's a 73% win percentage. So just keep scoring 4 runs a game, and I'll take my chances with that.
Yeah.
And they've done it 7 games in a row. They've won 6 of those 7. And as AC points out, I'm going to give him this because he put it in the newsletter. They had a 4-run 7th inning. It was their 5th 4-run inning in those 7 games. They've had 5 in the last 7 games. They did that 5 times in their previous 48 games.
So things are ticking up.
Things are really look, offensively, we talked about the bottom of the order is a semi-threat now. They're scoring 4, 5, 6, 7 runs a game. They're getting Michael King closer. They're bringing in Cortez and Sears. The bullpen is a dog and then some.
Yeah.
This is all really coming together, very nicely as of August the 4th.
Here's one thing that I think says it all. And I know I'm not a big fan of WRC Plus, but I'm becoming a bigger fan of WRC.
I don't even know what it is. So
weighted runs created plus. The Padres now have above average hitters in the first 8 spots of their lineup.
According
if you
to
look
that
at
statistic.
WRC Plus. So 100 is average, 129, which is where Tatis is at. He's 29% of the average player. So
29% better, you mean?
Yeah, Machado has 143.
So Machado's 43% better than the average
Ramon
player.
Laureano is 141 and Ryan O'Hearn's 132.
Okay, I want guys that are better than the average player.
Yeah.
But that's what you need to go to the World Series is guys that are better than the average player. So this doesn't surprise me that much. This team is way better than it was a week ago. It just is. I don't – anybody wants to be critical of what they did at the trade deadline, fine. Get back to me in 3 years when Leo DeVries is starring for the A's or some other team that they've already traded him to. But for now, I'm pretty excited. More coming up. Sam Levitt from Arizona, where he is calling tonight's game. Oh, we're all gonna be listening, Sam. Find out what he's thinking when the Gwynn and Chris show continues.
Gwynn and
All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of Beaver Nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a like what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on
Now
it.
I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of Beaver Nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves.
At some point during the show today, between now and 5:30, right? You got 3 hours potentially here.
Correct.
At some point, you're going to have a chance to win 2 tickets to see the Padres and Red Sox play this Saturday. It's a good one. Arrive early, live music, Nova Kombucha drink specials in Gallagher Square until the first pitch at 5:40 p.m. Visit Padres.com/tickets or win a pair. Skraby, you're going to play something.
Yes.
Play it.
This.
So people listen to this and then listen for it again later.
Here's the 0-1. Machado swings, sends it in the air to deep center field. Duran is back, still going back, looking up, gonna go! Onto the tarped up seats in the batter's eye. Second homer of the day for Machado. A 3-run shot in the 5th, and the Padre offense at it again, 8-0 here at Fenway.
That was last year at Fenway Park. Manny Machado, 2-home run game. Listen for that highlight later in the program.
Yes.
And you will win tickets to see the Red Sox and Padres this Saturday. Now, that was a pretty good call by Jesse Agler.
Yeah.
But if Manny Machado should hit 2 home runs tonight, I expect something even crazier and wilder from our guest, the great one, Sam Levitt, calling the game tonight at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. Sammy, how are you, buddy? Congrats. I'm looking forward to the game tonight. Looking forward to hearing your call.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Got here safe and sound and ready to go. Shaping up to be a good one here in Arizona. Game 1 of a 3-game set.
Yep, you got the whole series there, so we'll be listening in. And before we get into the game, Skraby and I want to know about the travel arrangements yesterday. You were on the charter. We figure since you're the newest guy to the charter, that means that Dave Marcus maybe got to move up a row and you had to go all the way to the back. Is that true?
Well, no, I mean, from what I was told, I sat in Tony Gwynn Jr.'s
Oh, you
seat,
did? Okay.
the one he normally sits in.
Right.
And then, so look, I was very timid. I was very careful. I didn't want to sit in anybody's seat, take anybody's spot on the bus that I wasn't supposed to. So
I know, man.
I went towards the back of the bus. I sat down next to the window, left the seat open next to me, and then did what I was told on the plane and on the bus to the hotel. So I didn't want to cause a ruckus. That was
I can't believe you didn't bring your boom box on the bus and just put some Usher. Yeah, remember those things you carry around?
I totally do. Yeah,
get with the heavy beat that rocks the whole.
Of course.
Into the butt. Yeah, I think Sam should have done that yesterday. All right, so Sam is there for the games. All three. You and Bob Scanlon have the call. We're excited to listen, but we're also excited just by what's going on right now, Sam. I mean, I'm sure there was just a buzz. There was a feel at the ballpark this weekend. You can't always put your finger on it, but when you make the moves that the Padres made, people are getting excited, and I think there's pretty decent reason to get excited right now.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I mean, I think what they did at the trade deadline on Thursday, they improved this team significantly. I know we haven't talked on air about what they did and the way they went about it, but look, I think the cost was high, but they gave this team a real shot to win the World Series and at least put together a World Series caliber roster. And I don't think you can fault AJ Preller for doing that. And I thought in the series against St. Louis, we saw the magic of what a deeper lineup can do. The contributions from Fermin, the contributions from Ramon Laureano. We got a little peek at Mason Miller and what the bullpen could do. So it was really, really great to see. And look, there's no doubt they are a much better team post-trade deadline. It feels like a much deeper team, a better bench. And I think people should be excited, Chris, with good reason. I think this roster now, after the deadline, has about everything you could hope for.
We're talking to Sammy Leff, who's broadcasting the game tonight for 97.3 The Fan. And Sam, in the first segment, we were talking about Gavin Sheets, who didn't have an appearance over the weekend. And, Ryan O'Hearn, Ramon Laureano were in there. And we understand that they're trying to work the new guys in. But do you think that Gavin Sheets should have had at least some sort of playing time over the weekend? Or what do you think about that situation?
Yeah, that's a good question, Skraby. Look, there's no doubt that Gavin Sheets' playing time is going to decrease. I still expect he's going to be a significant part of this team, but the reality is they've now got Laureano in left, and Laureano's numbers against righties are better than what they are against lefties. So he's not going to not play against right-handers, I would expect, and we haven't seen a lineup yet today, but I would expect he's going to be in the lineup here today against a right-hander and Brandon Pfaadt. So, look, there's no doubt Gavin Sheets' playing time will go down, but I think, it sounds weird to say, but I think it's a good thing because then he's available off the bench, and all of a sudden, if you have Ryan O'Hearn in the lineup, you've got a big-time, power-capable bat off the bench in Gavin Sheets, and he's somebody who could certainly do damage with one swing. So, look, I think also the context of Gavin Sheets, came in on a minor league deal, impressed in spring training, then obviously played a big role in this team the first 100 games or so. But, look, I think there was going to always be the possibility if they got additional help that his role would change a little bit. And I feel like that's what we're seeing right now. So I'm sure he's still going to play. I'm sure he's still going to start from time to time, but I do think they're a better team with Gavin Sheets, on a lot of days, probably coming off the bench and providing a little pop off the bench.
Yeah, Ramon Laureano, we pointed it out, Sam. He actually has a higher OPS than Manny Machado. That's pretty impressive for a guy that a lot of people don't know a whole lot about. Sam's got the call tonight. Now, one of the other guys coming in, making his Padre debut tonight, J.P. Sears, left-handed pitcher from the Athletics. He faced the Padres, not this season, but last season. And here at Petco Park, 5 innings, allowed 3 runs in that ball game. To me, J.P. Sears, it's hard to tell because he's playing in that ballpark, but his numbers are not scintillating yet, Scrabe. 7-9, 4.95 ERA. I think he seems to me more like a 5. In fact, he hasn't pitched more than 6 innings, but once or twice all year. So probably 5 innings, try to give you 1 or 2 runs and then make way for the bullpen. Give me some of your thoughts on JP.
Yeah, and I apologize to Skraby. I knocked myself off the video here. I'm going to put myself back on.
It's okay.
Skraby. Sorry
That's
about
okay.
that.
There we go.
Look, JP Sears is somebody who, his numbers have been, Chris, consistent over the years. He had a 4.38 ERA in 2024, a 4.54 ERA in 2023, a 4.69 ERA in 2022, and he had a 4.95 ERA before the trade. So he's never been dominant. He's not going to blow you away with his velocity. But I do think he's somebody that can give you good innings. And I think that's what the Padres have to hope for now in J.P. Sears, that he can at the very least give them good innings. You have to think there's a little bit of a thinking that, you get him working with the Padres and Ruben Niebla, and they now have this long track record of really working well with guys and turning them into something better. Example A this season is Nick Pivetta, what he's done. He's got a good sweeper. So, look, is he going to be dominant out there? We'll see, right? We'll see what he looks like. But I do think this is a guy that can give you quality innings, and obviously he's under control for a number of years. So hopefully a good debut tonight for J.P. Sears. But he's certainly somebody based on his career to this point and the track record that I do feel like could be a big contributor for this team, not just this year, but for years to come.
The left-hander from the Citadel, in Charleston, South Carolina. John Patrick Sears.
There's
his
the
start
JP.
tonight. There's your JP for you, making his 23rd start of the year. Nestor Cortez probably on Wednesday, Sam. Michael King threw some innings yesterday. I mean, the starting is getting healthy. We already can see now what the bullpen is going to be capable of, and, the options for Mike Schilt. And now 7 consecutive games where they've scored 4 or more runs, usually a couple more than that. It's August 4th. I'm feeling really good, Sam. Really good.
Yeah, you should. I mean, why not? Michael King, I don't care about the numbers at AAA, what he did in El Paso. The bottom line, he got his pitches in right, and if he comes out of it healthy, that's the biggest thing. But with King on the precipice of coming back, you hope Darvish can follow up a really good outing tomorrow after what he did in his last start, which was obviously terrific. So there's a lot of good right now, Chris, when you talk about the trades, this improved roster, the deeper lineup, what they are in the bullpen, the rotation. I really think you're starting to get the feeling, much like you did last year, where, look, this team has a real chance to get on a roll and kind of have you feeling like they're capable of going and winning the whole thing when it's all said and done. We'll see how it all plays out over the next couple of months, but I'm with you. There's a lot to smile about and like from a Padres perspective right now, no doubt.
Yep, Dodgers are 3 games up, but Padres have them in their sights for sure. Sam Levitt's got the call tonight, and just so everybody's aware out there, he told us when he came on, now that he's a big-time radio play-by-play guy,
this route,
that he had a lot to prepare for. He's got to get out and get ready for the game, so we're going to let him
Chris.
go. What?
You didn't need to tell everybody that he said that.
I want him to get ready for the game. He's got a much more important job today than speaking to us.
Okay.
He's got a game to call. Sam, have fun.
I think he's got a lunch to eat too somewhere.
No.
Sammy, have a great time tonight, man.
I am looking forward to the press dining here, though. I'll tell you how it is.
Oh, okay.
Last time, I think you called a couple games last year. I was going to say last time Sam called the ball game, he was calling the walk-off championship for a AA Amarillo a few years ago. Remember that one, Sam? One of the great calls.
Taylor Trammell. Yes.
Yeah, one of the great calls in baseball annals.
Everybody's commenting on how happy Sam looks, and I'm happy for Sam too.
Happy.
I texted him this morning saying, like, you deserve this, bro.
If I was calling the game tonight, I'd be excited and getting ready too. So Sam, have fun tonight and have a good call, buddy. I know you will, and no pressure, but the team's playing well, so you better keep it going.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. We will talk to you. I still have pregame, by the way. So I'll talk to you.
No way.
Yes,
you're doing your own pregame?
Yes, he is.
Yes, I am.
Oh, so I wanted to ask about that, actually. When you go to the booth, are you going to interview yourself? I think that would be hilarious. I think that would be hilarious.
TBD.
Okay.
TBD. We've got some plans in the works.
Okay.
I don't want to promise. I don't want to promise anything, but TBD.
Okay.
Pregame booth interview with me.
that would be great.
All right, Sam.
Thank you,
buddy.
Sam.
Appreciate
it.
Guys.
Sam Levitt, talk to you soon.
On the call tonight. He and Scan will have it. You got to tune in for the broadcast tonight. Listen to Sam go to work out there. Look, Alden Gonzalez has a nice article today, if you're wondering. Our guy Alden on ESPN.com. Just kind of recapping everything the Padres just did and in the last at the trade deadline and the whole thing. And look, I love how he opens this article. He says, Alden Gonzalez writes, when the work was finished, 5 trades involving 22 players in 6 hours, AJ Preller's peers called him everything from a lunatic to a genius. I think he's closer to genius. I know the lunatic thing can come up because he traded, DeVries, but
I'm getting more of the media out there. Like, there are certain guys that are like, this is a bad mistake that they'll never forget there in San Diego. I'm seeing a lot of the media guys appreciating AJ Preller for being able to do something like this, because it's not easy to trade your number 1 prospect, number 3 prospect in all of baseball. But I think we should appreciate AJ for doing that and getting a team that has a legit shot now at going to the World Series.
Here are some of the players, and this is in the article by Alden Gonzalez, some of the players that AJ Preller has traded in the past. Prospects at the time. Max Fried, Luis Castillo, Emmanuel Clase, cheater, Andres.
Whoa, that is unfair.
No, it's not yet. He's had his locker cleaned out in Cleveland.
I know. I had to
They're
drop him from my fantasy
totally
team.
giving up on the guy. Emmanuel Clase, Andres Munoz, David Bednar, C.J. Abrams, Mackenzie Gore, James Wood. And they didn't put this in, but didn't he trade Trey Turner too?
Yes, he did.
All right.
But that was before Trey Turner was.
Anyway,
Turner.
Well, all of these guys were before they were that. That's the whole point.
Fair enough.
He's traded all these guys in the past. So, that's why some people think he's a lunatic. I just think, look, every year is different. You got to put yourself in a position to win. And if you're complaining out there as a Padre fan, there's nothing that can make you happy. There's just absolutely nothing that can make you happy, because the whole baseball world is abuzz because of what the Padres have done and the position they put themselves in. You should be ecstatic about that if you're a fan of the team.
I agree.
So,
I agree. I'm very happy with it.
And what happens with DeVries is going to happen. But look at these other guys. Fried, been fantastic. Castillo, all-star. Clase, one of the best closers. Munoz, the best closer this year. Bednar, fantastic. And all the Nationals kids. But even though he's traded all those guys, the Padres are still in the position they're in right now.
Did you
so
see?
It hasn't wrecked the franchise in any way, shape, or form.
No, and I got to stop saying what are they going to do with their farm system, because it doesn't matter what they do with their farm system. The big league team is really all that matters. And yes, you need to cultivate and you need to develop players, and that's what they're doing with other players. But did you see what happened with the Yankees over the weekend with their new pieces? They gave up 3 leads in the game. David Bednar, Camilo Duvall, and then one of their other relievers that they acquired.
And their new right fielder overran a ball and let it go all the way to the fence. And
so
the
you
Marlins
could
win the game.
So you could trade for those guys. I mean, it's all about how the trade works out. And the Adam Frazier thing didn't work. I feel like AJ Preller has learned from that. I feel like that he learned that maybe forcing something like that isn't going to work.
He tried to force a round peg into a square hole there, and it did not work. Hey, look, it's been 3 games. Let's see where it all plays out. Padres could go home. The Padres could make the playoffs as a wild card, lose 2 games, and you might say, what was it all for? But my feeling is, at this moment, you put yourself in position where you're excited and you feel like you got a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know that you can ask for more than that as a fan. You're going to have a shot. You take your shot. And let's see what happens. And as far as, they've ruined the farm system forever. That's the exact same thing that everybody said last year.
Yeah.
And they found a way to come up with 11 more prospects to trade this year.
I mean, can you imagine being a fan of the team like Cardinals? Can you imagine being a fan of the Cardinals? They gave up and they're close to 500. I mean, they still have some sort of shot with 2 months to go. And they gave up. They sold. The Giants, they gave up. They sold. That's not a part of that's not a fan base I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of a fan base
I like a
that
team
is
that
going for it every year.
Now, again, I can see, look, I can put this into better perspective too. I was here in the 80s. I was here in the 90s. I was here in the zeros. I was here in the teens. The Padres sucked 90% of the time. Now, all of a sudden, we're in the 2020s, and this is my 6th year in a row where I head into the final 2 months of the season with a shot at it. I like that.
Me too.
I'm happy with that.
Makes work more fun.
Diamondbacks have put their lineup out to face JP Sears, and, they still have some players. They traded some, but still got Marte, still got Corbin Carroll, still got Perdomo, who's hurt the Padres this year. Still got Lourdes Gurriel. So, we'll see. Brandon Pfaadt pitches for Arizona. Padre lineup, when it's out, we'll let you know. Daily Gambit, 3 o'clock hour. Gwynn and Chris. Chris Ello. Matt Skraby. Uncle Skraby. In the Odyssey Palace Studios. Tony's Idol. And we're back with more on 97.3 The Fan.
There's Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. you can see, I'm all Aztec out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble, and Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well, but our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well, so. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Skraby. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You've hit some.
We are league 10 now, and it's getting really windy. Actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off a birdie, and I just hit my defense. There's a squirrel, but he wants to attack me. Squirrely! We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet.
Uh-oh.
Skraby, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course. And we ended up shooting 63 once everything was accounted for, since it was a scramble and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's a Red Runner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble, and Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well, but our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well, so. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Skraby. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You've hit some.
We are league 10 now, and it's getting really windy. Actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off a birdie, and I just hit my defense. There's a squirrel, but he wants to attack me. Squirrely! We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet.
Uh-oh.
Skraby, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course. And we ended up shooting 63 once everything was accounted for, since it was a scramble and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's a Red Runner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble, and Chris is playing well, so he's playing well. But our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well. So Chris says I can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Skraby. But once again, you're hitting. All right, welcome back to it. Head into the second hour of the show today. Gwynn and Chris rolling along till about 5:30, a little after that. Then we'll send it down to Sam Levitt, who will do the pregame show from Arizona. And then he will toss aside his pregame notes, and he will call tonight's game. And then after he calls tonight's game, Sam will do the postgame show. After that, Sam will cook the clubhouse spread for the Padres. Then he will wash all the uniforms for tomorrow's game. He's doing it all today. We can't wait. Sam Levitt on the call tonight. Padres Diamondbacks here on 97.3 The Fan. We got a Diamondbacks lineup. We are still waiting for a Padre lineup.
Let me go to their Twitter.
I don't have one yet, but you might have one ahead of that. JP Sears is pitching. We know that.
Yep, nothing yet.
Brandon Pfaadt for Arizona. Both guys have ERAs of about 5. So
last time Brandon Pfaadt pitched against the Padres, though, he did pretty well.
He's one of those guys. I think he I got to look him up because this intrigues me.
Oh, yes?
He had a game this year, Pfaadt did, where I don't think he got a single out in the game.
Oh, yeah, against Washington.
And gave up, I think, 10 runs?
8. It was May 31st. They lost 11-7.
Wow.
He didn't get an out in the game.
He hit 2 batters, gave up 6 hits, and 8 runs. Nothing in terms of outs recorded. His ERA that day went from 3.90 to 5.05, and it has been above 5 pretty much ever since. Pfaadt makes the start tonight against the Padres. He did shut them down, though.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
8
innings.
8 innings, 2 runs. But he also had a lot of run support that game. He had an 8-2 win. He had a big cushion. So we'll see what happens in the game tonight. We got our daily gambit coming up. I should remind everybody, again, we are going to give you a chance during the show to listen and win those 2 tickets to see the Padres and Red Sox game this Saturday. It's kind of a weird week, Skraby. The Padres just hustling down to Phoenix for 3 games and then right back home for the Red Sox and then right back on the road.
Doesn't make any sense.
Don't see that very often
Doesn't
in
make
terms
any
of the
sense,
schedule.
Chris. Doesn't make any sense.
And then starting next week,
it's a big 2 weeks.
Well, the next week you go Giants, Dodgers, Giants, Dodgers.
Yeah.
Back-to-back weeks. But for now, you got the D-backs. Little baseball news. Houston Astros third baseman Isaac Paredes. See you later for the rest of the season.
Oh.
Right strained hamstring.
That's why they got Carlos Correa, because they just didn't.
Correa's going to play third, yeah. But right now I think Correa's playing short because I don't think Pena's healthy either.
Pena's got a rib thing
for the Astros. But and we've got Austin Riley, the Braves, on the IL.
Oh, we're going to talk about that in the Big Five.
Braves, Reds. Are you going to talk about the Speedway game?
No, I was very disappointed for the Speedway game because it was cool.
It didn't. What was cool about it?
Well,
what was even cool about it other than the opening shot of the Speedway with a baseball stadium in it? Beyond that, what was cool?
I love Bristol Motor Speedway, so I'm fine with it. But the rain out ruined my fantasy baseball over the weekend because I had Chase Burns and Spencer Strider starting, and both of them got scratched basically, even though Chase Burns started the game.
See if you can look beyond your own personal world for a moment and give us a ranking on the game based on what you think of the game.
It was
not
cool
based on how it messed with your fantasy team.
Good point. I think it was cool though because they were sitting in like the track stands, and that is a massive stadium. Like they can hold so many people.
I told you it was a massive stadium, and you're like, oh, it's a really small speedway.
No, it's small
there
for
were
that.
people that couldn't even see the game. They must have been sitting so far away. There was no chance. It was like trying to watch a Final Four game at, one of those big college, football stadiums where you're sitting in the upper deck and the basketball court looks like a postage stamp. I don't like that. I don't know why you do that to fans.
Can you look past your hatred of NASCAR?
Past NASCAR? Whoa! Did I even mention NASCAR?
Well, that's
talking about baseball, playing a game in a NASCAR venue. That if you got to play somewhere else, play in a hockey arena. Let me see the game. Got another
reason why it's cool, because I like whenever in MLB The Show I can go play in different places, and now that they've done this, you can go play there. I like different setting games that are outside of the norm. Like
I said, once they come on TV, they give you the overhead shot. The stadium is there. It's inside the speedway. After that, it ceases to become cool. It's fun, like I said, for that one quick shot, you just confirmed it.
I'm not going to let you bring down my joy.
You said you didn't like the game.
Because it got rained out. It was stupid that they had to play it on Sunday morning. They should have thought about this before they took a game to Bristol, Tennessee in the summer. 85,000 people showed up for an inning. That's why it was dumb.
The whole idea was... I hope baseball made a lot more money because that's all they care about, but it didn't do a thing for me, nor I don't think it did a thing for anyone else.
And then the players did use their travel day to play baseball.
Yes, they did. All right, let's play some Daily Gambit stuff here.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answer yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Well, nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. We do not have any bets to review.
By the way, if you're looking for responsible gambling, I'm telling you right now, the NFL preseason gets underway in earnest this coming weekend. There's games Thursday night. If you bet on a preseason football game, after you place your bet, immediately check yourself into gambling rehab. You have a problem.
I don't like to tell people they have a problem, but those are signs that you have a problem.
Those are signs where you just have an issue if you have to bet on a preseason NFL game.
You really have no idea.
All right, here we go.
Did you think the Chargers were just going to crush the Lions?
I did. I had the Chargers minus 21, and I walked away a big winner.
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
I knew the kneecap cannibal would phone that one in.
He did.
And I knew Trey Lance was going to be a superstar. He's headed for the Hall of Fame, evidently.
Well, he was already there. They were sizing him up.
That's right. Yeah, you just got to walk across the street. Padres minus 1.5 tonight at Arizona. I got to say I believe the hype, Skraby, so I'll go with the Padres. In a place where they haven't done great over the years.
That's what I was going to say. I'm going to go Padres too, but the Diamondbacks always play them tough.
Given a 1.5 tonight, so we need a comfortable win. 9 runs over under tonight. Told you both pitchers come in with an ERA of 5.
Over.
Sears is going to impress in his debut. All he has to do is get through 5 innings, and then it's shut down, lockdown. I'll take under.
Okay.
Will Sears pitch 5 innings? Over under. If he gets to 5, you lose. If he gets to 5 1/3, you win.
So basically, over under 15 outs.
Yeah, or 15.5 outs.
Okay, 15
so I'm saying 5 to 5 1/3. Right. Yeah, 15.5 outs. Correct. I say no. I say he's only going to go exactly 5. So I'll say under. I don't think Mike Schilt will even let him see the light of day in the 6th inning. If I know Mike Schilt the way I seem to know him.
Yeah. I mean, now he has reasons as to why he can remove the starter from the game because he's got a lockdown super bullpen is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go under as well.
Yeah, I don't think he'll see the 6th inning. We've got Tyler Glass now for the Dodgers tonight against the Redbirds in L.A. 6.5 strikeouts. Glass now.
Ooh.
Over, under.
Cardinals are looking bad. I'm going to go over.
Over. I might have to go over here as well. Glasnow's a pretty good strikeout guy.
He is.
The only thing that can, cost you here is if he throws his arm out in the 3rd inning, which is always a possibility with him.
There's no spider tack anymore, Chris.
Man, Glasnow.
Remember spider tack? That was like
he was the guy that came out against it. Yeah, and
he was like, we need the spider tack.
Hottest team in baseball, Miami Marlins, send Sandy Alcantara to the mound tonight against the Houston Astros. It's in Miami. The Marlins are favored over the Astros. That's how people are excited. I will tell you that the Astros pitcher tonight is Jason Alexander.
Ugh.
Otherwise known as George Costanza.
I figured you were going to bring that up.
I had to. I'm going to take Costanza here. I'll take the Astros. I'm getting a 1.5, so I feel, like I got a shot here.
I'm going to
I got the better team, and I'm getting runs.
Sandy Alcantara's been pitching better.
Yes, he has.
The Astros are struggling with a little bit of injury. And Marlins are on a hot streak. I'm going to go Marlins.
Marlins. Vlad Guerrero checks into Coors Field today. Did you see the Friday night game at Coors Field?
Oh, it was insane.
Rockies were down 9-0 before they came up.
Yeah, insane.
And they won 17-16.
Just insane.
By the way, the Rockies have been playing well enough lately that they've kind of ruined any chance they have now at the all-time worst record. They've already got 30 wins.
Come on, guys. What are you doing?
Yes, what are you doing? You have a chance to make history. Vlad, 2.5 total bases tonight. That means if he hits 1 home run, he's over. I'm up. You're up.
It's in Colorado?
In Denver.
I'm going to go over.
You're going to go he's going to blast one, you say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who's pitching for the Rocks tonight? What superstar? Tanner Gordon for them.
Oh, I love Tanner Gordon.
Me too. I'll say, God, Vlad. He's going to get 2 singles. I'm going to go under.
Oh.
Rockies are tough now. Ohtani or Tatis? Separate games. Who gets more hits plus runs plus RBIs? Fernando continues to me, and somebody's got all the stats in front of them. I don't. He's not, slugging the ball. I'm not seeing bouncing off the walls and, the home run shot. But
nobody has more walks than he's ever had in his career.
That's what he's doing. He's getting on base. He's doing a good job.
He's being a leadoff hitter.
So I'm going to say he wins this because it's hits, runs, and RBIs.
Yeah.
Over Ohtani, though. Ohtani's in a different game, but we're comparing the two.
I'm going to go, you know what? I want Fernando to do well, so I'll choose him.
All right. There's one tennis match, but there's nothing really. WNBA, there's no
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there's no tennis. Taylor Fritz is in a big tournament, but he doesn't play till tomorrow. I don't even know why we follow Taylor Fritz anymore. He hates the program. We give him love all the time on this show, but we can't get him on ever. There's no real tennis players that are of any interest. We'll just stick with what we got right there. And we'll take a break, and we'll check some traffic for you on Gwynn and Chris.
From the
You'd think that Santa Claus just came down the chimney or something.
He did.
Skraby's so excited that the lineup is out for tonight's game. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. 3:18 is the time. Yeah, I know the lineup's out, Skraby. We can hold on 2 seconds here. God,
I love annoying Chris sometimes. At least I'm being a fun annoying guy.
Tony
today.
Gwynn Jr. is idle today. Skraby's alongside here in the Odyssey Palace Studios. I may kick him out though if he keeps this up. We talked about it in the open. Where's Gavin Sheets?
Sheetsy
sat out the whole weekend, but Mike Schilt is getting him back in there tonight. Skraby, go ahead and give me a lineup.
All right,
for tonight's game against Brandon Fought.
Fernando leading off, obviously. Luis Ariz playing first base, batting second. Manny Machado at third, batting third. Jackson Merrill, which we're going to talk about in Padres Pen Pals here in just 20 minutes or so. He is cleaning up. Xander Bogaerts hitting fifth. Gavin Sheets DHing at the sixth spot. Ramon Laureano batting seventh. Jake Cronenworth batting eighth. Freddie Fermin catching for JP Sears.
Yeah, I'm starting to read stuff also. People are coming out of the woodwork here on Freddie Fermin. Apparently he's great at framing pitches now. He's stealing strikes. You know, these advanced analytics.
I don't think the framing pitches, and I know that it is a thing, but it shouldn't be a thing. Because a pitch is a pitch.
Well, it should be a thing, and it is. Okay, it used to be a bigger thing now with the box and the umpire scorecards. I don't know that umpires are falling for it as often. Maybe once in a while you can steal a strike, but I think it's a lot harder than it used to be.
But that's what they're trying to get catchers to do.
I also, think that I'll leave this. I'll leave it. Well, here's the thing. I'm the only one that I've heard that says I didn't like that trade. And so, everybody's coming out and they love the trade. And he got 2 hits yesterday. So apparently this is a winner. I just think they gave up a lot for him, too much. And I hope that he does great. But I think 2 starting pitchers, unless this guy's, going to be Manny Sanguillen or something, and I don't see it. You don't know who Manny Sanguillen is, but
no, I don't.
I know you don't. I thought it was a lot.
You're not the only one, Chris.
I thought it was a lot.
I've talked to a couple people that are in the business that thought it was a lot too. One specifically who we've had on the show before said that they did think it was a lot, but if he could produce and do what he's doing, then it won't be a lot.
Yes, I know. Well, he's got 3 hits and an RBI, 2 RBIs. So he's
in control in his contract.
I get all that. All right. Anyway, Padre lineup is out. O'Hearn will be the guy off the bench tonight, as Laureano stays in there, as you said he probably would, in left field, even against right-handed pitching. While I'm speaking of advanced analytics, I'm going to give you this because I know you all care about this a lot, and you care about it way more than I do.
Do I care about it?
You do.
Okay.
Fangraphs gives the Padres a projected win total of 89.6. Now, don't let me start, Cynthia Freeland, but to project a team is going to win 89.6 games is stupid and idiotic.
I think
there
you
is
need to
no
think about
such
it
thing as winning 0.6 games.
I'm with you, but you need to think about it different. Just
You either
round it
win-
up, Chris.
Right. Okay. Well, then round it up. They either win 89 or 90, but don't tell me they win 89.6 games. I
You
think
never know.
that's
There could
silly.
be some sort of storm that cancels a game
Silly.
6 innings through.
Stupid and silly. They give the Padres a 12.7 chance of winning the division.
I like that. I think it's a little bit higher.
I think it's probably higher. Here's the thing that I don't like about this. Fangraphs and all the people who do this. 12.7 right now. But if the Padres go 3-0 this week and the Dodgers go 0-3,
they're tied.
That is immediately going to change. And just before you even blink, that'll be up to 45 or 50%. So yes, 12% today. But is that really what it is? Do you know what I mean?
I do, but it's all their calculations over the remainder of the season. So I don't think it would jump up to 45 or 50%, even though it should, because they're tied.
Okay.
But they're predicting that
It's
the
not gonna stay
Dodgers
at
have
12
a better.
It's not going to stay at 12.7.
No, as they get
If they
closer,
win
it's going to
3
keep going up. But the Dodgers, they're predicting to have a better rest of the year.
Yes, I
according
know
to
what they're
wins
doing.
and
I know what they're
losses.
doing because they're the Dodgers. Look, here's the thing with this: the fan graphs and all the analytics. I could put this out with no analytics at all, and I bet you my percentages would be pretty damn close to what they're putting out. They said that the Padres right now have a 90% chance of making the playoffs. I don't need them to tell me that. I think that's about right, just based on my own general knowledge of the game, don't you? I mean, wouldn't you say without looking at it that they currently have a 90% chance? They're 4 games up. They've got a good-looking club. They're moving in the right direction. 90%.
I don't disagree with anything that you're saying.
To help, do this stuff.
I don't disagree with anything that you're saying.
Okay.
I do think that a lot of the new stats are for betting because it gives people an insight that they think they have. Like someone on the chat said, it's like the plus minus 1.5 runs. That I get because you have to either choose above or below.
Right.
So and they're not going to get the half.
number.
But the 12.2% I understand is weird.
It's the same thing as when I'm watching a football game, okay, on Sunday afternoon, and the 49ers are trailing the Bears 20-13. And the 49ers have the ball on their own 10-yard line with 3 minutes to go. All right? And then they put up on the screen 49ers chances of winning 21%. Well, that's wonderful until the guy drops back, throws a 90-yard touchdown. They go for 2 and make it. And now, no more than 4 seconds later, their chances of winning have just gone to 65% based on one play. So it seems like kind of a waste of time, doesn't it? I know that if the 49ers have the ball on their own 10-yard line, they're losing by 7. The odds are probably against them to win this game. But it could change in one play. So what's even the point of putting it out there?
Let me see what the odds for the Padres were on Saturday night
when they led 4-0.
Yes, because I agree with you, Chris. I don't understand these stats. I don't even look at these stats because they don't mean anything to me. They tell me, okay, they're in a good place to win a game, but they don't tell me anything else.
I think it's kind of funny. I mean, and I get you people out there. You need all these statistics and minutia and numbers just flying through your head. I know that Cynthia Freeland on the NFL Network, who tells me that Josh Allen is going to rush for 53.8 yards. That somehow interests all of you.
Okay, here it is.
But you just can't get me to fall in line with this stuff.
After Xander Bogaerts singled in the bottom of the third to left, the Padres are up 4-0, and they had a 90.8% chance of winning.
And so they should have just gone home.
But then in the top of the fourth, when Pages homered and tied up the game,
right,
Padres had a 56.3%, and then it goes.
So it's okay. All right, everybody have fun with that. I'm giving it to you because I know you love that stuff out there, but I think it's kind of crazy. Now, here's interesting. Luis Ariz. This guy's on fire, right? 16 hit streak. It's on base, it seems like every time. He's hitting 400.
Mm-hmm.
But you asked, is it really making a big difference? Is it making a big splash?
Yes, that's my question.
Explain.
Because we always talk about Luis Ariz. If he's hitting, he's worth the money. He's worth the spot in the lineup. If he's not hitting, he's not worth the money. He's not worth the spot in the lineup.
Okay.
Well, he is hitting now. So
yes, he is.
He, as you just said, he's got a 16-game hit streak. He's hitting 400 over that period of time. And so I looked, and I'm going to quantify it like this, Chris.
Okay.
Instead of going to those stats that we don't understand, how many times has he scored a run?
Okay, with all the times he's right. Okay,
games?
Fair. All the times he's been on base, is it working? He's getting on. So is he coming around to score after he keeps getting on?
In his 16 games of the hitting streak, he has scored 11 runs. They're 10-6 in those games, and he is second on the team in runs scored. So my answer is yes.
Yeah.
It makes a difference that he's hitting. Even if he's not hitting for power, even if he's not getting a lot of doubles, I mean, him getting on base helps. And so that what am I trying to say here? That
I'm not going to bail you out.
What am I trying to say?
Help you.
Dang it, I'm freaking out over here. Anyway, that proves to me everything I need to know about Luis Ariz. If he gets on base, he's worth it. If he doesn't get on base, he's not worth it.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's just like every other player in baseball. If they're doing good, they're worth it. And if they're not doing good, they're not worth it. And Ariz's average is up to 298. And don't look now, but if Will Smith even falls a little bit, Arise is going to have himself another batting title before this is all over. You're right. He scored 11 runs during this stretch. He's also had 5 RBIs.
Which he's not an RBI guy.
He's not, but he's getting on. He's moving the line. He's also walked 3 times in that stretch, which for him is a ton.
That's like triple his season output.
You honestly almost have to roll the ball up there for him not to swing. But yeah, I'm just a fan of watching Arise hit. And the one thing I would do if I was playing against Arise, I think I'd move my left fielder in right behind shortstop.
I might too.
When's the last time he bombed one off the warning track in left field?
I can't think of it.
Me neither. But he hits a line drive in front of the left fielder all the time.
Yeah, you realize how good he is once he can place the ball where he wants to place it, which is down the left field line.
Yeah. To me, I would put my left fielder in there and say, look, if you want to hit, if you can hit it over my head, do it. I haven't seen him do it.
This hour at 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples. Calling all parents and teachers at Staples, your back-to-school budget is officially saved by the button, the easy button. With supplies as low as 25 cents, plus laptops up to 40% off and more deals on top brands and trending styles. Find it all at Staples. That was easy.
And they have those too.
I knew you were going to say
my favorite line.
My mom went back to work today. School is officially starting up soon.
I want one more thing before we go to break.
Okay.
Because I've been really, I've dismissed all of the prospects that AJ Preller has traded the last 2 years. And I said, well, they're not worth a hill of beans. So I want to give both sides of the story.
Okay.
Good start for Jacob Marcy with the Marlins. Over the weekend, his debut, he went 4 for 8 with 4 walks. He had 3 doubles and a triple. He had a 1,700 OPS. I know it's 3 games.
Okay, that's pretty good.
But he was on base 8 times.
Wow.
And had 4 extra base hits in 3 games against the Yankees. He's in there again tonight. So there's one young player that at least is starting to pay dividends for the team that we traded him to. I just want to try to be even.
I like that.
All right.
And I'm going to hate AJ Preller for the rest of my life.
That's right. What an idiot.
Yeah.
We got, and who did we get for him last year? Tanner Scott, who's no longer here. What a stupid trade that was.
What are we doing? Chris just threw his paper in the air.
I've had it. I'm storming out of the studio. We got Padres Pen Pals coming up next on Gwynn and Chris. today. Skraby alongside. Jacob Marcy went in the Rise trade to the Marlins.
Yes.
Not Tanner Scott. Thank you for the correction. I don't really need to double check a lot of stuff because I know if we get it wrong, somebody will be on it in a heartbeat, and we appreciate that. Go ahead.
Well, today I do because they were nice about it.
Right. They were nice. If you got to write in, Chris, you're an idiot. That's fine. I already know that. So you're wasting time.
I call him that every day. Everybody.
If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's. Authentic Mediterranean cuisine. Coronado, La Jolla, dining, takeout options, spiroscuisine.com. Somebody texted us today, said they were at Spiro's in Coronado. They mentioned our name. And
your name.
My name. And the Spiro's folks gave them 10% off.
That's right.
That was nice. Spiro, I told you,
extremely nice.
Spiro's is just awesome. They're great people. And I don't just say it. They really are. They're nice. So, next time you're in Coronado, La Jolla, might not be a bad idea.
I have an update on someone from the roster, Chris.
The Padre roster.
Yeah. Trenton Brooks has cleared waivers, and he's been outrighted to AAA El Paso, so he's still with the organization.
Okay. Nobody wanted Trenton. I guess that's
got to be a terrible feeling.
I guess that 083 average he put up there didn't catch anybody's eye.
Trenton Brooks. He just didn't take advantage of his opportunities.
He'll maybe get some more. He's young. He's early in his career. Don't give up on him yet.
Good advice, Chris. Good advice.
Thank you. All right, we got Christopher's the fans at the top of the hour. We got a new prize today, it looks like, Scrape.
We do.
And it's one of those really long prizes.
Oh, yeah. We had a short read. Now we got
another long one. Yeah, that's coming up at 4 o'clock. Big Five a little bit later. Also, still a chance for you to win tickets to see Padres Red Sox this Saturday. I don't want you to play the clip again because it's going to confuse people who I told, right? Wait till the next time you hear this clip. But if you're just tuned in, it's a Manny Machado clip of him homering at Fenway Park. If you hear that clip, when you hear it, dial in. Not right now. When you hear it, then you can win potentially.
Walking the lines.
And you can go see Padres Red Sox Saturday. And also, one more reminder about a week from Friday. French fries, the best in town. We're going to be at Islands and Carmel Mountain Ranch, broadcasting live. Skraby and I from 2 to 6 next Friday, August 15th.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is exciting. 2 to 6 p.m., August 15th. And if seeing us isn't enough for you, we're going to be giving away a signed baseball, Fernando Tatis Jr., and we'll be giving away some Padre tickets as well. That's Islands, Carmel Mountain, Friday, August 15th, a week from Friday. Scrab, you got a little traffic to get everybody caught up on?
Yes.
By the way, thank you again. We don't even say this enough, if at all. But when we went off the air Friday, Scraby, there was this huge fire raging in Rancho Bernardo. Remember this? And people were being evacuated and traffic's being diverted. And you and I are talking about it and the whole thing. And man, these guys go up, guys and gals, and they go and they just they take care of it for us. Thank you so much. Responders, firefighters, everybody. That whole thing kind of seemed to go away without much ado about anything.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
And if you saw fire, the pictures of it, right? It was billowing like all the way up there.
It scares me.
So good job by the fire crews there. Thank you. I'm not going to congratulate the people who contained the tsunami last week because nobody contained the tsunami. It just was a non-story.
See, this is like the time when I said COVID is kind of a big thing, and Chris said, "What's COVID? I don't think it's going to be a big thing. This is a much ado about nothing."
I did. But the tsunami, I think I can clearly say, was not to do about anything there.
You know what? One of these days, the tsunami is going to get you and you alone.
I know. And I don't doubt that. I always said I was going to probably get in trouble in a hotel fire because when I traveled with the Gulls hockey team, those guys had a habit of coming in late and for some idiotic reason pulling the fire alarm. They thought it was really funny. It wasn't.
That's not funny at all.
And so I ran out of my hotel room in my skivvies more than once to find out that it was a false alarm. And then after a while, I stopped running out into the hallway. I just rolled over and went back to sleep. And I thought, one day there's really going to be a fire and I'm going to be in trouble.
Chris, someone on the chat said we're officially 1 degree away from Chris yelling at clouds.
At what?
Clouds.
Clouds.
That's what Abe Simpson does. The grandpa, he yells at clouds.
Oh, on okay. I don't watch The Simpsons, but thank you for that reference. Let's check traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
Seeing a lot of company now on the 8 heading eastbound into the 5 merge. This traffic report is brought to you by Islands Restaurant. So because of all that company, expect delays off the northbound 5 ramp to the eastbound 8. Then the 5 gets crowded southbound through 5 Points in Middletown into the Pacific Highway merge, and the ramp off the northbound 5 to 163. That's crowded too, into 15 off ramp to the 805, also a busy spot. Islands Restaurant, summer refreshment, paradise ambiance, and the best burgers in town, like a big wave with cheese and fresh cut fries. $10 now for a limited time only. Visit one of our Islands restaurants throughout Southern California today. Dine in only. I'm Ian Stark with Ben Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's time to ask the experts, Padres fans.
I was hoping maybe you can bring a little insight into it.
Write us, tweet us, Facebook us, send a carrier pigeon for Chris. He thinks they're cute. Padres Pen Pals begins.
Hurt the pelota big time.
Now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, Padres Pen Pals is where I get messages or I take messages that I see on social media and I present it to everyone else.
Yeah, people write these questions because they want the expert's opinion. Unfortunately, Tony's not in today. You'll have to settle for our opinion.
Our opinion is just as good as Tony's opinion. We have been here for the longest time as well. So
oftentimes our opinion is better than Tony's opinion, but I don't know that
I'm not going to say that.
You're not?
I'm not going to say that because everybody finds their voice on this show.
All right.
If you like to yell at clouds, you got Chris. If you like to be younger and yell at clouds, you got me. If you want someone who's been there and done that, you got Tony. I'm going to start. I don't usually do that. And by the way, this is Gwynn and Chris, not Ben and Woods. I know. I heard it too, everybody.
Wait, what happened?
Traffic said
it was Ben and Woods.
This is Gwynn and Chris. Here, I'm going to do something I never do, Chris. And I'm going to bring up something that is on the chat. And I'm going to talk about one guy in particular. His name is Buddy. And Buddy on the chat has nothing positive to say about the Padres ever.
Okay.
And so I'm bringing this to Padres Pen Pals because Buddy says you're disingenuous. You're not presenting the full story about AJ Preller and his trades.
Me. Oh, I'm being too. I'm defending.
Yes, he
AJ
traded away Ty France, Chris. Can you believe that?
He did.
The only one I'll give Buddy is Andres Munoz. He's pretty darn good.
He's worked out where?
I mean,
very
James
well
Wood too.
the
Yeah, okay,
Mariners.
but that got Juan Soto at the time. It was the right move.
I think the worst trade he's ever made is the one that had Trey Turner out of it and leaving. But here's the thing. What is this guy's name?
Buddy.
Hey, Buddy. Here's the thing with AJ Preller's trades, Buddy, and everyone's trades, not just AJ Preller. There isn't one general manager in the history of baseball that makes trades and, deals prospects that hasn't had a prospect go somewhere else and be great. I can find a player on every team who was once somebody else's star prospect.
That's how it works.
That's just part of it. So what I have to do, Buddy, and what I think I'm trying to do is give an overall sense of AJ Preller's trades. And I believe, at least in the last 5 or 6 years, most of these things have worked out. We went through and gave you the list. You don't need to tell me about Ty France. I gave you a better list than that. He traded Max Fried. He traded Munoz. He traded Trey Turner. He traded all the Nationals guys. It's a star-studded list. But the Padres have also been in contention 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And right now we're in a pretty good spot, despite trading all those guys. So the overall, to me, the rating is pretty good. Now, you can say, well, he hasn't won a championship. I agree. But
29 other guys haven't won one recently either, every single year.
Yeah, well, what we said, it's true. John Madden was the one who got me thinking about this a long, long time ago when he coached the Raiders, and they lost in the playoffs every year for about 10 straight years.
Great Tough Actington acting commercial.
Not that.
Boom, Tough Actington acting.
Yeah, John Madden lost to the Dolphins. The Steelers used to beat him every year until he finally won the Super Bowl. But John Madden used to say he was upset because all the pundits said he couldn't win the big one. And he said, well, how many big ones did I win to get to the big one? But his point was, until you win the Super Bowl, you can always be referred to as somebody who can't win the Super Bowl.
It's true.
But then the minute you win it, it changes everything. Your whole life changes.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, you're good enough. And I've never totally believed that. To me, John Madden and most other guys were just as good a coach before he won the Super Bowl as he was after. But he just had more cachet. Same with A.J. Preller. He hasn't won anything. Doesn't mean he hasn't done a good job. And I don't know, buddy, if you're one of those people who think, you know what, we get paid to do it, we're the Padres station, we're always...
No, that's not what Buddy just wants to... Buddy just wants to...
He thinks I'm not presenting a fair case, but I think we are, Skraby. We've given up all the names that they've given away. I gave you all 16 people they traded last year.
Yeah.
The only one that's amounted to anything at the moment is Marcy, and that's 3 games worth.
I know.
I'm not making that up, right? I gave the list.
You did.
That's not an opinion. That's all right. So go ahead.
No, I get it, and I appreciate your answer, Chris. That is exactly what I needed. And I'm all for people coming on our chat. By the way, you can come to and watch all of our shows on YouTube. Just search 97.3 The Fan. But the one thing is, like, you can't just drop your opinion and leave the chat like it doesn't matter. Like, he's not even listening right now, Chris.
He does that.
Yeah, he's
How
the
do
guy.
you know he's not listening?
Because he said later Gator, and he used the Gator emoji. Anyway, I just had to bring that up. All right, here we go with the first one. I was thinking about this after the trade deadline. How do players feel about being replaced? I know jobs are way different, but I know I would feel some type of way if my work decided to bring someone into the mix that wasn't going to take my job, but instead I was going to be their backup. Chris, do MLB players realize when there's someone better than them?
Ooh, tough.
I'll answer.
Okay, go ahead. You go first.
I think they do. I think
do?
you have to be truthful with yourself as a player, and if you are a guy who is not getting the job done, then they're going to trade for someone. If you're getting the job done, then they're not going to trade for someone. Not saying Gavin Sheets didn't get the job done. I'm just saying that I think he realizes, hey, I got to step it up if I want to stay in this lineup. And I think it's a motivation technique. I think it's a couple different things. But I do think some players realize, hey, they brought in someone who's better than me, and I need to get better.
Well, I think Gavin Sheets is kind of an interesting example here. I mean, he sat out 3 games over the weekend. He's in the lineup tonight. So if the Padres given up on this guy, not yet. Clearly, he knows he's going to have to share time. He also knows if he goes 3 for 4 tonight with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs, he'll probably be in there again tomorrow.
Yeah.
That is a good thing to have competition like this. Have a lot of good players who all need to play to, get in the lineup. But I don't think unless a bench player is comparing themselves to Manny Machado, unless the 12th guy on the Bulls is comparing himself to Michael Jordan, I don't think too many athletes really think other athletes are better than them, because I don't think they can succeed that way. I think everybody's got to feel like they are the best and go out there with that attitude. Your game is probably limited in the sense that, we'll use Gavin Sheets again as an example, probably not the best base stealer, okay? So you're not going to beat Ricky Henderson, but you go out there, you contribute what you have to contribute, and you think you're as good as ever. You have to feel somewhat bulletproof. I don't think you're going to be able to make it at that level. I mean, after all, Skraby, you've already made it to that level.
Yeah.
So you got to be good.
Yeah.
You couldn't be in the big leagues if you weren't good. So, again, unless you're comparing to Bryce Harper, Barry Bonds. I think most guys say that they're as good as anyone.
I get what you're saying, and I'm not saying that Gavin Sheets thinks he's an inferior baseball player. I just think maybe there's some sort of motivation there for these guys because they are getting replaced for a reason. It's for a reason. You don't get replaced if you are hitting 290.
No. Well, yes and no. Maybe, these guys came available, and the guy just trying to make the team better.
That too.
I don't think they acquired O'Hearn and Laureano to replace Gavin Sheets.
I agree.
They acquired those guys because it was going to make the team better. Just so happens they play the positions that is keeping Gavin Sheets on the bench.
Do you want to go with a Dylan Cease or do you want to go with a Jackson Merrill with our limited time?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's go with Jackson. I don't know.
Can't make that big of a decision.
In the last 2 weeks, Jackson Merrill's hitting over 300 and is driving runners in. 2 questions. Is he out of his slump? And second question, why did they have him in the cleanup spot in the order right now, Chris? Is he out of his slump? Let's answer that one. I think he is.
It's high time because his slump was way too
Prolonged.
lengthy for me. I said it a month ago. The key to the Padres' success the second half of the season was going to be Fernando and Jackson Merrill breaking out of their slumps. So I think Jackson Merrill is starting to, do that. He's got a hit in 12 of the last 13 games, something like that. Hit a couple of home runs. Why is he batting cleanup? Because the cleanup spot is not what it once was. You don't automatically take the guy leading your team in home runs and bat him cleanup anymore. As a matter of fact, a lot of teams take their home run leader and bat him first. That's where Ohtani bats. That's where Fernando, you know what I mean? A lot of teams do that now. So don't put so much stock in the cleanup spot. I think he's there because Mike Schilt wants to go righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, and Merrill slots in there as a lefty in the 4 spot. That's all. But I don't think we consider him to be Harmon Killebrew or, Hank or Aaron.
Barry Bonds.
One of these, Bonds didn't bat cleanup either. He batted third. But
I just
you know what
assumed.
I mean? It used to be the biggest, slugger. Just, you put him fourth and you build the lineup around him. Nobody does that anymore.
All right, let's go to this next one. I'm glad the Padres did not trade Dylan Cease. Sure, he's up and down, but having a guy like that on your team is always going to be a good thing. Do you think he'll pitch better knowing he is on the team for the rest of the season? My answer quickly is yes, I do, because I talked to some people who said he walked into the clubhouse after the trade deadline, and he was very, 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 very excited that was all behind him.
Well, I think it's only natural that you'd have some relief knowing that you're not on the trade docket.
Yeah, you're going to be able to
longer.
live in San Diego for the next couple of months. You don't have to travel anywhere. You're
It's
good.
a big deal. 1 hit in 5 innings, although 90 pitches. So is he completely out of his, slump? No, but I still feel pretty comfortable putting him out on the mound most nights, even though it's been a struggle.
All right. That's it.
Chris versus the fans. Chance for you to take me down in trivia. 833-288-0973. Baseball tonight in Arizona. Sammy Levitt. Not just doing the pregame show tonight, but doing the play-by-play. Special broadcast of Padre Baseball tonight. Sammy and Bob Scanlon on the call for the next 3 nights as Jesse moves over to TV. Tony Gwynn Jr.'s idol. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. Padres are 62-50, Skraby. 12 games over 500. They've improved matters against winning teams. They're now 22-27 against teams that have winning records. Against teams that are either 500 or have losing records, they're quite a bit better. They're 40-23. So the Padres have really done a good job beating the bad teams. Arizona qualifies as a bad team now. They've traded everybody away at the deadline. See if the Padres can go down there, do a little damage in Phoenix. Padres begin play 4 games up on the Reds for the final wild card, 6 games up on the fast closing Miami Marlins. And the Gigantes are also 6 back.
They gave up, though.
Padres are 3 games behind the Dodgers. Dodgers home to the Cardinals tonight. All right, we're going to play a little Chris versus the Fans here. We better get to it, Skraby, because the read for the new prize is lengthy.
Have fun.
Why, you got to play the open.
Oh, duh.
Can't go anywhere without that.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
To be honest, I don't know that the phones are working.
All right. Well, keep trying. Skraby will get that squared away. In the meantime, if you can call in and win, you'll be qualified for a grand prize. Now, it's a new prize as we get into a new month. A 2-night stay at Resorts World, Las Vegas, plus VIP admission to the IU Day Club and $175 food and beverage credit. In Las Vegas, that might get you like a couple of drinks. Complete or celebrate summer. 2-night stay at Resorts World, Las Vegas. Dine poolsides at one of the 5 unique pool experiences. 5.5 acres pool complex. The largest elevated pool deck on the Strip. Experience the IU Day Club. Stunning oasis. That's how I would have described it.
A stunning oasis?
Yes, it's inspired by the idyllic islands of Southeast Asia, where the ultimate party concepts transform the weekend into a never-ending summer. Special summer rates available now at rwlasvegas.com. And they're now offering no resort fees and, it says here, complimentary parking.
I know. I gotta say, I was hoping you would read it the wrong way because this is how we get these things.
I know, they give them to us wrong.
Like, how do
pretty
you
much every time?
How do you write a prize and say complimentary?
By the way, now that there's like spell check or you know what I mean, like AI.
Well, no, it thinks
usually stuff just gets corrected before you even print it out.
Well, complimentary is not a word, so it didn't know what to do with that.
Complimentary parking.
Yes.
All right, what happened with the phones there?
We'll see if it works.
You think you got it right?
I think I'm able to put people on hold now, so that's a good sign.
Okay.
Let's go to the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win.
What happens if you're a first-time
player? You get the first question for free. You just have to let us know, and we will take that for you.
I'm pretty excited by that.
See, like it's so weird.
Phones?
Let's see.
Continuing to be an issue?
Let's see. Hold on. Let's go
Maybe
to
you need a reset.
Troy.
Have you ever done that before?
I did did it twice.
Troy, are you there? Can you hear us? I'm not hearing
Troy?
much.
Hello, Troy.
You know, normally you kind of hear that yeah, right, something. I'm not even hearing that. So I think we might be completely out of luck.
Well,
here.
this is just great, everybody. Well, this is just great, everybody.
Well, it's going to be hard to play Christopher with the fans if the fans can't join us.
Oh, my goodness. Let me. That's me hitting the button.
You know, that's by the way, that's how
Jose, are you there?
No, nobody's there.
That's how you know nothing's working is because I start hitting it a million times.
No, that's how I used to try to fix stuff. You know, when a button doesn't work, you just hit it harder. Kind of like the, the button that is. I'm going to give everybody a little tip here. Everybody a little tip from Uncle Chris, free of charge.
Unky Chris.
You know the little button there on the sidewalk at the corner underneath the traffic light that says press here for the walk signal?
Yes.
Do you know if you press that 12 times,
it does not
that the other 11 times you pressed it mean nothing? But you know you do it because you get impatient and you want to cross the street. So you keep going. Don't have to. Just one time. That's all.
Yeah, you do.
Press the button once.
I did
it's
read that
not
before.
going to go any faster.
I did read that before.
But everybody does it.
Everybody does do it, including myself.
Including
but I
me.
stopped doing it.
Yeah,
I stopped
doing it.
All
Wasting your time.
Let me see if we can.
Going to try the phones again?
I'm going to try. Okay.
Hit the button really hard a couple more times. See if that does anything.
Let's see if Troy's back. Hello, Troy. Can you hear me? Oh, well, yes, I can, Skraby.
Yeah.
You're coming in loud and clear. Can we start the game? I'm a first-time player.
You sound really, really bad. Number one. Number two, somewhere out there is Troy, and he's not happy you're making fun of his voice like that.
I think Troy is just unhappy that he can't get through. All right.
Well, he's unhappy that he got through, but the phone lines aren't working, so he can't.
I honestly don't know what to do, so I'm going to text the guy.
Text the people and tell them our phones aren't working. What can you tell them? You know, what else is new? We'll give you a lineup if you just tuned in. Padres going with Fernando, Ariza, Machado, Merrill, Bogart, Sheets getting the DH call tonight. Laureano, Cronenworth, Fermin against Brandon Pfaadt of the Arizona Diamondbacks. J.P. Sears, left-hander, makes his Padre debut tonight. By the way, Skraby,
what?
You know this stuff. They got a picture of J.P. Spears right now.
J.P. Sears.
Sears, yes. They have a picture of him on the Padre webpage here at MLB.com.
Okay.
Proudly wearing his Padre uniform and Padre cap.
Oh, they do picture day. I know that really quick.
Do you think that he did an actual picture, or did they just
kind of I believe,
mess with his A's photo and
they may have
get
done
it like
that.
this?
They may have done that. Let's be honest. But I do know that these guys have to take pictures because they need pictures in the uniform.
Right, the minute they're signed. You know, that's one of the funnier things about the old baseball cards of like the 70s. When guys used to get traded, they used to try to change the helmet or the hat on the player to, make it look like they were on the current team.
Oh, yeah, they still do
and
that.
It was so bad that, it was laughable. Like you'd see a guy traded, from the Phillies to the Braves, and he'd have the Brave logo, but it'd be an all red hat because they couldn't change the color of the, you know what I mean? It was like a complete disaster.
They still do that, but it's like not as
obvious.
Not as obvious. Okay, so I just tried calling her number and it doesn't even pick up.
So you can't even call in to play Chris versus.
All right, I gotta text some people, and we gotta figure this out.
Well, here's the other problem that we have.
What?
I hate to tell you. Well, we have people.
I know.
We have people that are sitting there waiting for you to play this Manny Machado clip that they can win tickets to the Padre Red Sox game. We're not going to be able to give them away if people can't call in.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm aware. I'm texting the engineers right now.
Yeah.
Let's do it on the air, Chris. Hey guys.
Do what?
Phones aren't working.
Oh, well, I think we've made that rather clear to anybody who might be listening.
In a game.
Yeah, we can't.
How do I reset them?
I do have one baseball note. People might be interested in this. Max Muncy is back in the Dodger lineup tonight.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the A's Max Muncy.
Nope, this Max Muncy is back for the Blue Crew. He's been out for 4 weeks? Leg injury, almost pulled or stretched or tore that thing enough to cost him the season. But Muncy has returned to the Dodger lineup. I got a funny football note that I'm going to give in the next segment to my man Skraby. He's going to love it.
Is it about the 49ers?
Of course it is. What else would it be about? What else would you find interesting?
You're right. Nothing right now at this point in time in my life.
That's right. So that's coming up in the next segment. I don't think there's any more baseball stuff to get to. We're kind of biding our time here because we normally do Chris versus the fans.
Let me see what I got in our notes, Chris. Oh, here's one we could talk about for a couple minutes.
Oh, you have a note?
Yes, the Padres. They won the season series against the Cardinals 4-3. They now have not lost any of the 7 season series they have completed against National League teams. So they hold the tiebreakers in a lot of those series.
Got a lot of tiebreakers in their favor. Okay.
Oh, okay. I just got a text back from the engineers.
Oh.
It doesn't look like the phones are going to be fixed anytime soon.
We're not going to get any phones today?
It's a provider outage.
Oh, sure it is.
I'm not. Do
you believe that?
If they tell me that, then I believe it. They would definitely tell us, Chris, hey, they're just not working. But I believe it's a provider outage.
Okay. So it must be. So no phones today? That means no Padre tickets to give away today?
Well, if they get fixed, we could totally take back over with Chris versus the fans. But
well, how are they going to get fixed if there's an outage? I guess outages don't last forever.
They don't last forever.
You said that You said that the Padres had finished with a winning record against every National League team that they're done playing, because they do have a losing record actually against the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers.
Yeah, but they're not done playing.
But they're not done playing those teams.
Correct.
I see. All right. The Padres still have a home series with the Reds as far as the wild card picture is concerned. They don't have anything with Miami. They have San Francisco home and away. Those are the teams chasing them in the wild card.
All right, we're going to have to go to traffic after everything.
Yeah, we need a break because everything's kind of
stalled
here because of the unscheduled
phone issue. So stick around. We try to get our act together. Good luck on that. Gwynn and Chris continue. I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched her name in the account system, and
Skraby, what is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd be better off. You'd be better off admitting that you wore your underwear inside out. Frankly,
This guy is just searching up people's accounts.
It only happened that one time because I got caught.
How did you get caught?
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged. And so I got called into the boss's office like 3 days later.
What did that come? I'm sorry, I got to ask, but nobody's supposed to be doing this preview. What did that conversation? How did it go?
Well, why were you looking up Paris Hilton? Is that who it was?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my!
I can neither confirm. That's really funny, Chris, that you just yelled out that name out of all names. No. But I walked in. I got called into the office, and I sat down. And all my boss. I loved her. She was great. Her name was Sharon. Amazing boss. She just slid the piece of paper in front of me.
You knew.
Said, "Did you visit this account?" And I looked. Yeah. She was like, "We're gonna have to write you up for this, and if you do it again, we're gonna have to fire you." And I said, "I'll never do it again." And I got out of there as soon as possible. I took everything, but it was not good. Not good.
Just curiosity, huh? He's like, I wonder how much they have in their account.
Yeah. I mean, before I got caught, I did look up athletes. And,
oh my God! I'm so glad you're sitting in this seat now.
Yes, I'm so happy you're not doing any job that can be dangerous to people's futures.
This was in the first year that I was there. I learned my lesson thoroughly.
Chris, as I said, as soon as they walked in, there was like,
yeah,
that's our guy right there.
That's our window.
We're gonna take him down.
Yep.
Just lucky I didn't get caught for like. I can't even say. I'll tell you guys off break whose account I saw and how much money they had sitting in their checking account.
And this was how long ago, too, by the way?
2009, 10. Way before I became a good person.
Didn't Bank America end up getting in trouble? Or was that it was one of those banks got in trouble?
All of them get in trouble for selling information. But
I heard folks like you.
I wasn't selling any information. I was just wanting to see what was going on.
Curious.
I didn't check their account activity, which I could have. Been like, oh, they bought this here. I'm going to go up there. You know, I'm not that creepy.
Well, that's stock.
Oh, yeah, you're not that bad.
I'm not that creepy.
This is amazing, by the way. We're supposed to be doing.
How are we supposed to do baseball picks under these
I don't think we can
circumstances?
anymore. I think we gotta push it. You guys never did it? Well, I mean,
no, Skraby, we didn't. We didn't do it.
Really? Okay. Like you work at a bank, you're looking at people's account information?
That's
unbelievable.
It only happened for a little bit, and then I got
only for a little bit.
I can't stop laughing at this because it is quite hilarious, Skraby.
But you were saying that I may have gotten robbed or whatever. I actually did get robbed when I worked in San Francisco, and they're called quick change artists.
How long did you work in the banking industry?
Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. I believe this is our first day ever on the air.
Hey.
Like we can't get the traffic guy to say her name right. The phones are broken. Kind of looking raggedy at the moment, Skrabe. I must tell you.
And you know what? Today, it's actually not my fault.
No, for a change, it's actually not. Tell the traffic guy that we're
we did.
We're on the Gwynn and Chris show, and tell the phones to start working. Chris Ello, Skraby over there. Tony's off. Thank goodness he doesn't have to see this. But we're moving along here anyway at 4:20. And I guess we're just not going to be able to put Chris versus the Fans today.
Well, I'm waiting for the engineers to tell me.
You're efforting.
Yes.
We also want to give away the tickets to the Padre Red Sox game Saturday, but we have no way of doing that at the moment either.
Frankie said, for consistency's sake, I say we blame Skraby anyway.
Yeah, no kidding. It's much easier that way. The coaches. You waste of time. Coaching polls out for college football.
Oh, yeah, this is a waste
there's
of time.
a waste of time. Number one, honestly, the coaches poll, I like the coaches. Don't get me wrong. But most of the coaches don't even vote in the poll. They give it to somebody in the media relations department and they say, here, you fill it out. I don't have time.
That seems very
very few coaches, honestly, maybe a couple of them, but most coaches don't have time to fill out a top 25.
They have time, they just don't want to do it.
That too. But here's the thing with the coaches poll.
They go to the bathroom, right? I mean, instead of being on their cell phone, just make their votes in the bathroom, okay? I hate when they say, oh, I just don't have enough time. You have 20 minutes to rank teams around the country. Come on.
But coaches really are not the ones to ask because they're not paying a whole lot of attention to everything else. They have to worry about their own game.
So then what's the point of a coaches poll?
Thank you. Just get rid of this thing. It is stupid. Nobody, by the way, once the season starts, even looks at the coaches poll. The only poll they refer to is the AP poll until the middle of the season when they start using the playoff poll that comes out.
BCS, but that was years ago.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, right? About halfway through the season,
CFP poll.
Halfway through the season, they do the playoff poll or whatever it is, and then that's the one that is used to determine who's going to do what at the end of the season. So the coaches poll, the preseason coaches poll, about as big a waste of time as you can have. Because of that, I'm not going to waste everybody's time and tell you who's on top. There.
I will.
You want to tell everybody? Go ahead.
Because it does.
What does it do?
It actually does, in a bad way, affect how teams are ranked, because the teams that start outside of the poll and then end up being a team that's like good, they have to fight the preseason poll the entire year, even though Texas might not be the number one team.
They are right now, according to the coaches poll.
Arch Manning better live up to the hype, which I think he will because he is pretty good. But they are acting like Arch Manning is the next. Who was the last like really, really great college quarterback?
Peyton Manning? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, Arch Manning is getting a lot of love without the season having even started yet. Texas is number one in the coaches poll. By the way, one of the top 25 in the preseason coaches poll does come to San Diego this year. Boise State begins at number 25. All right, that's all you need to know or should know about that.
Did the Aztecs get a vote?
I don't know. Sometimes in I know a few years ago in women's basketball, people thought they got a vote because the poll said SDSU. And it was for South Dakota State, and somehow the Aztecs, somebody put in that the Aztecs were, getting votes in the preseason poll, and they actually weren't. Who was the worst kicker in the NFL last year? Skraby, I'm pretty sure you know the answer to this question.
I don't think he was the worst
You
because he
don't?
didn't get fired, but he did a bad job, and that was Jake Moody.
He was awful. Jake Moody had an ankle sprain early in the season, came back in week 10.
He tried to tackle someone. Don't try to tackle anyone.
Yeah, guess
He
not.
got run over and his ankle was the casualty.
He's a kicker. He made 11 of 20 field goals. I mean, in the NFL, that's like awful. I love kickers. Yeah, not him. He was the 35th best NFL kicker last year. There's only 30 teams or 32 teams. So he ranked below 32nd in kicking last year. However, 49ers have given him the job, Skrabe. They released the other guy in camp, Greg Joseph, veteran kicker. So that clears the decks. Jake Moody will retain the job. Now, Kyle Shanahan said he'd love to have two kickers out there fighting it out. Because that was my question. Like, why would you cut the guy now? Like, let both guys, fight it out.
What was his reason?
His reasoning is that they have too many guys on the PUP list. Evidently, there's some limit for how many players you can have in camp. So the 49ers, because of all the injuries, have the need to have more players in camp, and they just don't have room for a second kicker right now. That's according to Kyle Shanahan.
That's a really ringing endorsement.
Being as Kyle Shanahan is the smartest coach in NFL history.
Here we go.
I'm assuming that is the way it goes there.
Chris will perpetuate that until the end of time. Even if he wins a Super Bowl, Chris will always think Kyle Shanahan's overrated.
I will not. I just said he's the best coach in NFL history.
Yes.
How is that?
How
is that being unfair to him?
Because you hate him.
It's not true.
It's totally true. Every listener out there that knows anything about you knows
the
it.
reason that I give Kyle Shanahan a hard time is because he's so highly ranked. And here we go again. NFL coaches, best coaches. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna like this list though. ESPN did a thing last week, Skraby, I'm just calling it up. The best coaching staffs in all of the NFL. Did you see who was third?
I did not.
Kyle Shanahan.
Well, because he is.
Why he was in last place last year. Does that not enter into the voting at all?
You have to realize their best player didn't play all year.
Top 5 coaching staffs, according to ESPN, as of last week. I'll give you top 10. Packers 10th. Okay. Raiders 9th. That's pretty nice for Pete Carroll.
That really is.
Before he even steps onto the field.
Yeah.
Eagles, Super Bowl champs, only have the 8th best coaching staff.
They lost some guys.
According to this. 7th, Buffalo. I think that's okay. Buffalo's underrated in coaching. McDermott does a good job. He's got them ready every year. But, he's like the proverbial can't win the big one until he wins the big one.
Yeah.
Sean Payton in Denver. I have one word for that. Skraby, help me with that. It's a sounder that I like to use when I hear Sean Payton's name.
Hold on.
Help me out.
Yep.
Thank you. Number 5, Sean McVay. Similar sound for that.
I can't say that after last year.
I know he did good last year.
year.
Here's the thing with Sean McVay, though, that I don't like, and I think you agree. He himself would rank himself 5th. You know what I mean? Like, he's so full of himself. That's what I don't care for Sean McVay. I think he's a good coach. But give me this guy. Number 4 on the list, John Harbaugh. Give me him. He doesn't run around and tell everybody how great he is. He just does a great job every year.
Yeah, he does.
I'm a fan of those guys.
If you don't like Kyle Shanahan, you can't like John Harbaugh. Well, John Harbaugh did win a Super Bowl. So never mind, I take it back.
Shanahan's 3rd. Andy Reid's number 2.
Who's number 1?
Chiefs number 2 on this list.
Is it the Lions?
You're not going to believe who ESPN right now says has the best coaching staff in the NFL.
It's got to be Jim Harbaugh.
It's not.
Whoa.
The number 1 coaching staff in the NFL, according to this ESPN deal. I want to give you some hints, but I'm not able to really read you anything that would give me a hint. I will say this. The defensive coordinator on this staff is one of the reasons why
Lou Anarumo?
These guys are so high. It's not the Bengals.
Wait, no, Chiefs Spagnuolo is
Chiefs was number 2. Best coaching staff in football.
Give me a second. Oh, it's not the Steelers.
Yeah, it's not Mike.
I have no idea.
My guy, Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin's Lions are 11th, Texans, Commanders, Chargers are 14th, Steelers 15th. Dolphins are nowhere to be found here. 19th.
Is it the Colts?
Number 1 coaching staff in the National Football League. If I knew the song, I would sing it for you, Skrabe. But I don't know the fight song for La Costa Canyon High School.
Dun, 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 dun,
Is that really it?
No, I don't know.
Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings get the number 1 spot.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Look, they were 14-3, right, last year?
They were.
They had a hell of a season. They got
won
walloped
Coach of
in
the
that
Year,
playoff
right?
game, though.
Yes,
they did. They got a lot to make up for that playoff beating. But Kevin O'Connell, I think this guy who's doing this really likes Brian Flores a lot, and that's one of the reasons. But anyway, that's who came out on top.
All right.
So we'll see where it goes.
I can't argue with that.
But I'm also surprised. I'm not surprised that Shanahan's number 3 because he rates highly from everybody. Yet, you talk about at the wrong time. He's always that guy.
Stop making fun of my guy and start making fun of your guy.
My guy isn't even worth talking about, so I'd rather have your guy.
Okay.
We'll take a break, come back. Big Five is next on Gwynn and Chris.
The biggest game.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Machado has joined the show. Manny, welcome. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good.
I guess we got to start with the most important part. I mean, you reached a pretty big milestone, hit 2,000. You had 2004 now. You hit 350 early in the year. I mean, at what point in the offseason, at what point at all does this start to become something that you're actually thinking about? Because, I mean, that's a lot of hits, man. You ain't thinking about that from the beginning.
I knew the 3,000 was coming. I mean, I knew both of them going into the season where I was at, how many I was missing to get to those milestones. But thinking about it, I mean, right to like when you got 2 hits left, I'm not gonna lie, I've been searching for those 2 hits for a while, and man, I said it earlier this week. I mean, it's really hard to get a hit in the big leagues.
Yeah,
and it made me realize that just looking for those 2 hits, you're I mean. The ones before have come. I mean, I hit 3 yesterday. That was, it kind of just came. But when you're searching for it, when you want to hit those 2 hits, man, it's really hard. But finally you get it, and it's kind of like, all right, let's go. Now it's kind of let's get it past it and enjoy it.
Did it weigh on you as you got closer? I mean, you started about 100 away when you came into
100.
the season. Did it weigh on you as you started to get closer?
No, not really. Not really. I think when it got really close, I think when it was when it kind of started thinking about it, the last couple, and it didn't help that I kind of got into a little fun going into, Cincinnati and Philadelphia. I'm like, man, those are the 2 places that you want to get hot. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to these 2 places, get a few homers, get a few knocks, hopefully, get it done on the road. And then, you go to Cincy, we get almost no hit by Nick. And then that whole road trip kind of just went to spiral, and I couldn't really get it. But you know what? I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It kind of felt good to do it in front of the home crowd and get the standing ovation and do it in front of the people that support you every single day. So I think it kind of worked out even better.
Talking to Manny Machado here on 97.3 The Fan for Friar Friday. And one of the things I love about you is that you love the game and the history of the game and the history behind the stats and all that stuff. And do you ever get to stop and think about 40 years from now, 30, 40 years from now? I know I'm going to be telling my unborn grandchildren that I'm sitting here interviewing you right now because I think you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. But do you ever give yourself the ability to stop and think about how you're going to be remembered?
Not really, honestly. Not really. I love living in the moment. I people ask me, how's it feel to hit 2,000 hits? Were you even thinking about that? And honestly, I kind of don't even want to reflect on it yet. I think I kind of want to wait for that and kind of look back and really realize, how cool all of this is. I kind of just, that's how I live life. I like living in the moment. I just enjoy every single day. Today's a brand new day, put yesterday in the past and enjoy what's today going to bring us. Right. And, I kind of just try to live by that way. But hopefully, one day I definitely want to look back. I know they're pretty cool numbers. They're pretty cool things I've been doing so far. But I kind of just want to keep living in the moment for a little bit more.
How long can you see yourself playing in your 40s?
I mean, I got no choice. I got no choice.
Deeper into your 40s, can you see yourself?
I mean, how this game is going, probably not. But yeah, I'm gonna try to. I mean, look, there's 2 sides of things, right? There's obviously I'm gonna be a little bit older. The game's going to be younger. The game's probably going to be faster. I mean, when I came up 10 years ago, I mean, it was average. You had 2 guys in the bullpen throwing 96.
Right.
I mean, you have 2 guys throwing 96 now, and everybody else is throwing harder than that.
Right.
That's the lowest now at this point. So is the game going to be at that level when I'm in the 40s? Who knows? But on the flip side of that, I mean, there's going to be technology. There's going to be stuff that you can do a lot better to take care of your body a lot better. You're gonna be able to recover faster, and I think me knowing myself, I'm probably gonna be ahead of that curve on trying to take care of my body as best as I can.
Talking to Manny Machado here on Friar Friday, 97.3 The Fan, and I want to know, because you hit number 2,000 was a hard hit single, number 2001 a homer. Would you have switched those in your mind? Or are you happy with how it played out?
No, I think I'm good how it played out. I think it's better kind of just to have that moment for yourself and kind of just say, man, I would have preferred a double, honestly.
Okay.
I would have preferred a double than a single. But even before that, I was even telling Bogey. I walked out. I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna butt. I think I'm gonna butt one. Just to kind of get a little closer to that 2000.
That would have been memorable if you would have bunted on your 2000 hit. Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Machado has joined the show. Manny, welcome. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
I guess we got to start with the most important part. I mean, you reached a pretty big milestone. Hit 2000. You hit 2004. Now you hit 350 early in the year. I mean, at what point in the off season, at what point at all does this start to become something that you're actually thinking about? Because I mean, that's a lot of hits, man. You ain't thinking about that from the beginning.
I knew the 3,000 was coming. I mean, I knew both of them going into the season where I was at, how many I was missing to get to those milestones.
6, Chris Costello, Tony Gwynn Jr., idle, but Skraby's alongside. Padre pregame show about an hour from right now. Padres and Diamondbacks this evening. Padres will begin play 3 back of the Dodgers in the NL West. Dodgers home to the Cardinals. We're talking about that Viking-Ram game playoffs. It's funny to go back sometimes. What happened to the Vikings? Yeah. Why did they just get crushed in that game by the Rams? Well, one of the things that I didn't remember about this, because of the wildfires in L.A., the game wasn't even played in L.A.
Arizona.
It was in Arizona. But the key to the game was Sam Darnold got sacked 9 times. So either it was the scheme of the Rams that just beat, Kevin O'Connell, or his offensive line just did not, was a no-show. I remember that guy, Verse, the rookie for the Rams, seemed like he was in the backfield the whole game. And he scored a touchdown on a fumble return after a Darnold sack. So it was the sacks, and that was really the game. If you look at the rest of the statistics, the Vikings had, pretty even stats. Justin Jefferson was quieted completely, but so was Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. They didn't do much on the other side. Anyway.
If I remember, the defense of the Rams did most of it. The offense just needed to keep the clock moving, and that was about it.
It was 24-3 at the half, and the way the Rams defense was playing, the Vikings were not and did not get back into that game. But 9 sacks is why the Rams advanced, and Kevin O'Connell and company had to take it on the chin. I remember that Kevin did after the game, handle it like a champ. Just said, we played, we got whooped. We got to go back and do better next time. And that's all you can say after a game like that. They got, look, Sean McVay was the teacher.
Yeah.
Right? Beat the pupil, beat the student that time.
I guess you're right.
But that's how that one went. All right. Back to Gwynn and Chris, 438. Let's check some. Now, we don't have the phones working still.
Correct.
So we really wanted to give away the tickets.
The good thing the game's on Saturday, so if we don't get the phones working by the end of the show, we can give them away tomorrow. And I apologize to everyone who was waiting for the thing, but I think we should make it fair, Chris, for everyone, and just say we're going to do it tomorrow.
So if you're waiting, you can stop waiting,
but keep listening.
Oh,
wait, no, you're right, Chris. Hey, you know what? Everybody, wait until the end of the show. We may get the phones fixed.
We want to keep you, you want to listen to the show. You might as well, if you're listening, you might as well have a shot to win. We want to reward people that are listening to the show, Skrabe. Do we not?
Yeah, we do. We do,
right,
but
so
I don't know if they're working right now, so.
Phone line's not working. If they get fixed, we'll let you know. Meantime, we can and make things enjoyable with a check of traffic, hopefully on the Gwynn and Chris show this time. And then the Big Five.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
Southbound 5 very slow right now by the Coronado Bridge, and that is due to a crash. This traffic brought to you by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring public safety dispatchers. So you want to expect to really be creeping along there by the bridge. And then 5 also slow southbound through 5 Points in Middletown into the Pacific Highway Merge. And 163 still real tough right now through Hillcrest. A lot of traffic making your way towards Washington Street. The Oceanside Police Department is hiring public safety dispatchers. They're up to $87,000 a year. Lateral bonuses up to $11,000. 12-hour shifts, 3-day work weeks, paid holidays, benefits, and retirement. Apply at joinopd.net. I'm Ian Stark with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. Again, if you don't know, we're going to remind you of this a lot because we want to see all of you down at Islands in Carmel Mountain as we broadcast live from 2 to 6 p.m. Next Friday, August 15th, we'll be giving away a baseball signed by Fernando Tatis Jr., as well as 2 pairs of tickets for when San Francisco comes to town on August 20th. So come hang out at Islands in Carmel Mountain on Friday, August 15th, and hang with us. Also, stay for the game after because the Dodgers and the Padres are going to be playing up at Dodger Stadium. So make sure you stay for that. They're going to have TVs all over the place.
You know, high fives and hugs to the first person who shows up and buys Skraby and I a basket of fries.
Wait, what? Say that one more time.
I said high fives and hugs to the first person who shows up and buys you and I a basket of fries.
No, please don't buy us a basket of fries because
I love those fries.
Chris, we can get those fries. We don't want people spending money on us. Spend money at Islands, but not on us.
They'd be doing both.
I know. I knew you were going to say that.
You can't buy the Islands fries elsewhere. You have to buy them at Islands.
Chance says, Skraby, can't wait to see you. I'm going to give you a big old bear hug because I talk crap, but deep down I'm as soft as a teddy bear. I'm a little scared for that, Chance.
Looking forward to that next Friday. All right, let's play
ball. Play ball!
Play ball, he says.
Joe Musgrove threw his first bullpen of the year on Saturday, and he's feeling good and even still trying to make it back for the postseason. He told Kevin Acee, quote, I think especially with the additions of the new guys, I want to be a part of this really bad. I feel like we have a good chance to go deep into this thing and win it all. And if we get to that point, I want to be able to say that I contributed in some fashion, whether it's 1 out or an inning or a start, whatever it is. I would love to get out there and play. So a little antsy with that. But again, trying to, rein myself in and stay to the process and keep progressing, end quote. Chris, do you think we'll see Joe Musgrove in October?
I don't. Not because he's not going to do everything he can. I think the Padres are going to keep Joe Musgrove out of it. Unless it's more of a desperation thing. And at this point, it would be desperation. Padres have so many pitchers right now. Once King comes back, they're going to have 6 guys. And that doesn't include Vasquez, who's now in the minors. I don't see any reason to push Joe Musgrove into, a performance before, you're not 100% sure. He's too valuable to this franchise moving forward, not only as a pitcher, but just as a guy who represents the Padres. I wouldn't risk it with Joe. There's no need. So I'm going to say no.
I don't think we will either, but I would like to see him be able to pitch an out or an inning because he says I want to be able to say I contributed in some fashion. From all the people we talked to down there, Joe Musgrove has contributed in his own way this year, which is helping guys, being down there, being on the road trips, doing things that, other guys can't do because he has the time. He's a complete teammate, and I want him to be able to say that he was in the game, but I'm with you. If there's any sort of question about it, you shouldn't mess with it and have him healthy for next season.
I do want to say one thing about Musgrove, and I don't know because I haven't spoken with him. Is he just seem like pitching coach in waiting to you?
I think he's a manager in waiting.
You think he's just all the way to manager? Huh?
Well, I mean, maybe he'll start as a pitching coach.
If Mark Pryor can be a great pitching coach, I think Joe Musgrove can.
If he wants to be.
I don't know if he wants to be. That's why I brought it up. I'm not sure. But Musgrove just so smart.
Yeah.
Just gets along with people so well. It seems like he'd fit that role very well.
I agree.
Just
number 4.
Throwing it out there.
Hey, Joe, we're thinking about you.
Always.
Cowboys owner Jerry Jones isn't concerned by Micah Parsons' trade request or the fan perception. Jones told USA Today that Parsons' desire for a new deal before this season and the public dispute are nothing new. Parsons wants to be paid with the likes of TJ Watt and Myles Garrett, both who have won NFL Defensive Player of the Year awards, but Micah Parsons ranks 5th in most sacks in the NFL since he entered the league in 2021. I'm up first. Is he worth TJ Watt and Myles Garrett money. He's good. He's really, really, really good. But he hasn't won that NFL Defensive Player of the Year yet. And I feel, this is just a feeling, has nothing to do with Micah Parsons the person. It's my look at him. But he seems like a guy who just wants to make the most money. He doesn't care about winning. And it's hard for me to say that, but that's fully what I believe just because of his actions. He likes to cause problems. He likes to say things on his podcast that, come back to the team. And this does not surprise me at all that he's asking for a trade. But do I think he's Myles Garrett? No, I don't. He needs to get to that next level of Defensive Player of the Year before he's paid with the top guys in the league. Chris?
I think I'm not the biggest Micah Parsons fan, but I think you're a little out of school to say that he doesn't care about winning.
You're right.
And he's all about,
You're right.
Statistics.
You're right.
I can't imagine there's a guy in the NFL that, cares about, they all care. They want to win. I think he's doing everything he can to try to help his team win. Here's the thing that bugs me.
Okay, let me say that. Okay. I don't think that he's trying not to play hard or anything like that. I just think that he wants to be the guy who's the highest paid player. And it's fair criticism of me, Chris.
Okay. I just would say this about Micah Parsons. I think he's a little full of himself. But we talked about this earlier. Athletes have to believe that they're indestructible, especially in the NFL. You have to believe that or you're going to get run over. So, I think Micah Parsons is a little bit too much look at me. I'd like to see him just do the job and, but it's this day and age. Who sacks the quarterback and doesn't run around and dance for 20 minutes anymore? Everybody. So,
yeah.
And you got to get your money while you can.
I get it. I think I'm way more out of school in my thoughts than I'm
not a fan of Micah Parsons. I'm not, but I think you're, being a little too harsh.
I might be judging a book by its cover a little too much.
Number 3.
The Braves.
Not everybody with a podcast is a bad person.
I didn't say that.
I don't think Travis Kelce's a bad guy, and I don't find Travis Kelce to be me. I also find Travis Kelce to have won 4 Super Bowls now, 3. I mean, it's okay with him. Worked out for him, and he's a self-promoter. It also wins. It's the old story again. You're a loser until you win the big one. But that's the truth for every player.
I don't even think you could say that about a defender. Like coaches, maybe because you're coaching them and you're putting together the game plans. But it's individual players. If you're not a quarterback, I don't think you could say that because quarterbacks have control over every single play.
I think they might. But then again, Dan Marino is one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the sport. And if you don't believe me, because you think I'm just saying it as a Dolphin fan,
you're
ask
right.
pretty much anybody who's ever played quarterback before. They're going to tell you he's as good as anyone. And he controlled every game he played in, but they didn't win the Super Bowl. So many things have to happen. And, Patrick Mahomes and those guys make it look kind of easy because it seems to happen to them every year.
Seriously.
Brady, et cetera, won it all the time, but it's just not. So
Number 3.
We better hurry.
The Braves have had a season to forget. They are currently 16 games under 500, and Ronald Acuna Jr. is on the IL. Plus, Braves third baseman Austin Riley was placed on the 10-day IL for the second time in 2 months with a strained lower abdominal muscle. He also landed on the IL on July 12th with a strained abdomen. So
was this on the play where he tried to chase down Elly De La Cruz
and tag him?
And
I believe it
dove
was.
And tagged him.
There was a tag. It was a tag that hurt him. Chris, you're up first. When does a team throw in the towel on a season and focus on next year?
Didn't the Braves already?
I don't think they have.
Yeah, you know what? They did make actually a couple of acquisitions at the deadline. Yeah, I think they should have if they haven't by now.
I know.
They're so far out of it. They're barely even ahead of the Nationals now in the
East
standings.
Is difficult. And the wild card is difficult. You're going to have to win basically every single one of your games.
I just want to say this about the Braves. Jerkson Profar sure knows how to pick them.
Oh.
Sorry, Jerkson. He went there because he got the bag, but I think he thought he was going to compete for the World Series, don't you?
I definitely think he was thinking that, but Jurickson also
he contributed to the demise.
Yeah, that was unfortunate in the beginning of the year. But I won't lie, when I saw his numbers yesterday, when I was looking through all this, I was like, man, it has not worked out. I'm glad that he got his money because he deserves it, but I'm glad that it didn't happen on the Padres too at the same time. All right, when should they throw in the towel and focus on next year? What Chris said, just throw in the towel, focus on next year.
Number 2.
The Indianapolis Colts starting quarterback decision between Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones remains up in the air, Chris. Both are listed as starters on the unofficial depth chart, and Coach Shane Steichen plans for each to play significantly in different preseason games, starting with August 7th against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm up first. Has Shane Steichen botched the handling of Anthony Richardson? I've been saying this for years. They have messed with Anthony Richardson. They have taken him in. They have taken him out. They've propped him up. They've put him down. They also, when the whole thing last year where he asked out of the game, they ended up benching him. And then 4 weeks later, he's back as a starting quarterback. I think Anthony Richardson's inconsistent play has caused some of this, but I also think that Shane Steichen has done too many cutesy games with the quarterback position. And you're listing 2 guys as the starter. Just pick one and go with it, and then you can change it. It's an unofficial depth chart. But I'm not a fan of Shane Steichen. Chris?
In a league where they fire coaches just for looking the wrong way at the, at the media or, wearing a wrong golf shirt, what has Shane Steichen done to deserve a 3rd year? Anything?
Well, I think they're going through a couple things with their organization now with Jim Irsay passing away. So I don't know that.
Maybe that helps.
Yeah, maybe that helps.
I think that they made, when they got Richardson, somebody somewhere stupidly said that this guy was going to be a game changer.
And he was also a project from the beginning.
That's what we all of us who had a better idea and realistic idea knew he was a project. So this is what projects do. That takes them a few years to come along. I'll say this. I hope they start Daniel Jones in the season opener because I know Miami is going to pummel him.
I don't know why.
Anthony Richardson always worries me because at least he can run around and keep a play alive.
Daniel Jones can too.
Okay.
I don't know why I have a soft spot for Daniel Jones, but I do.
All right, you can. He won a playoff game, which is more than a lot of guys have said. Can say.
Yeah.
Richardson's record is 8-7 as a starter. But he's throwing under 50% completions.
That's not good.
That's almost impossible to do at this level. 8 TDs, 12 picks. Yeah, that's not good.
Number 1.
This is our last Padres Pen Pal topic, so we didn't get to it earlier, but here it is. And I can't stand this team sometimes. I'm happy for the most part, but really what bothers me is the missed opportunities of moving up in the standings. When the Dodgers lose, the Padres lose. They can't get any closer. Chris, are these missed opportunities going to cost them the division?
What does that mean? That when they lose a game, is that going to cost them the division?
They need to gain. I agree with this person. It could cost them the division because if the Dodgers lose a game and the Padres win, they're 2 games back. If they don't, they're 3 games back. They can't get any closer unless they take advantage of these opportunities.
They were 8 games back at the beginning of July. Now they're 3 games back. They've taken advantage of a lot of opportunities, just not. The only one they missed that I recall recently was Saturday night. The Dodgers had lost, and they led 4-0, and they let the game get away. Can they make up 3 games? I'll ask you that. You got 50 left. Yes. I think 3 is possible.
And they play 6 against them.
You also could end up being 8 games back at the end. But you certainly can make up 3. So, no, they have not blown their chance yet.
After this week, the next 2 weeks are going to be so important because they could take the division, Chris.
Well, I'm excited. What do you want
me
to
sound
tell
like it. Recapping the day when we get back.
I can't get too excited because those games are not going to decide it by
it's
themselves.
Ben and Woods. Okay. We love San Diego.
I mean, I think first you can have that belief when you put the kind of work in that you do, that your body's going to heal right, and just trusting it. You talked about being an extension of the coaching staff. I would guess that that's going to be even more so this year with you not being able to actually do the physical part.
Yeah.
Is there something that you've tried to do this offseason to kind of get you into that mode in terms of being that extension? Because the reality is, although your arm might be useless in 25 this year, your mind's not going to be.
Right.
And there's still a lot of guys, especially the ones who may be vying for your spot in the rotation, that could lean on you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's my job to help prepare these guys the best I can. And, like, guys like Waldron, guys like Randy Vasquez, Johnny Brito, those are guys that are, have really good stuff and are not far away from, being, middle of the rotation to top half, starting pitchers.
Yeah.
So trying to share some things. And that's something we talk about all the time in the clubhouse is, like, you bring something to the table on the field, every day. That's kind of what brings you here and gets you to this level. But, days that you're not playing as a starting pitcher, that's, a majority of our days. You pitch once every 5 days. So making sure you bring something to the table is, something we always talk about. So even though, like you said, I'm not going to be physically on the field pitching, I got to find a way to contribute. And a lot of that's just been, better communication with the staff. And I'm really excited this year to be able to sit in more of the coaches' meetings and see how they game plan and how they, come about their approach to certain teams. And I feel like when I come back in 26, I'm going to have a whole plethora of knowledge and things that I hadn't experienced before to add into my game. So.
I just have to say this. I play with a lot of guys, and not all of them are going to take as serious as Joe is taking this part serious, which is getting into those coaches' meetings. Coaches are here a lot earlier than the players,
Are they, man?
especially during spring training. So the fact that he's going to be willing to do that, I think that's awesome, man. That's what separates you from a lot of these other guys out there.
Right. We're talking to Joe Musgrove here, Padres pitcher, 97.3 The Fan. And I have to ask from the fan perspective, because Tony, every day on the show, whenever a team in the National League West signs a new big-name player, all of us fans are kind of like, why? And Tony says it doesn't matter. They still have to go out and play the games. Right. When you see that happen, how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different perspective as a player. Our job is, our goal doesn't change regardless of whether we add, and that stuff's, out of our control. So you never want to sit here going into an offseason saying, we're going to be fired up if we get this guy and this guy, and not if we don't get this guy. So you look at our team, and a lot of people see all the moves being made and don't see us making moves, and it seems like a mismatch in the division. All these other teams are adding, but you look at our roster, I mean, we spent a lot of money over the last handful of years and committed a lot of guys to be here long term, and the value in having those guys return every year and continue to build that relationship and that growth is every bit as valuable as adding a new free agent. So
love that.
I think with the progress we made last year, and you guys will never understand how we feel. I'm sure you can see a little bit of it on the field and how we carry ourselves and, the camaraderie and stuff, but you'll never truly understand just how close that group got last year. And although we didn't, achieve the ultimate goal of winning the World Series, we grew a ton as a team. We grew a ton as, a unit. And I'm super excited that we got most of these guys coming back. We got the whole staff coming back, and we can kind of pick up where we left off.
Well, last one for me, because you kind of just hit on it, and I think it's so important. The continuity, right? This is, year maybe 3, 4 of this nucleus being together. How much of an impact can that have on a team, having guys who have been in the locker room together for so long?
Yeah, a ton. And, Schulte's big thing is shared experiences. We got guys from all over the league, some guys that are new and have experienced things that most rookies don't, and some guys that have been around 10-plus years that have, been in championship locker rooms and been around the best of the best. So sharing those experiences with each other and helping each other grow along the way, not just, providing, assistance and, coaching, but like sharing experiences and helping guys grow a little bit through, what you've been through is a big thing for us.
Joe Musgrove, ladies and gentlemen, this is a good one we got here, man. Joe, appreciate you, brother.
Thanks so much, Joe.
Pleasure, man.
Quick healings, and enjoy the rest of your day,
sir.
man.
You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I think first you can have that belief when you put the kind of work in that you do, that your body's going to heal right, and just trusting it. You talked about being an extension of the coaching staff. I would guess that that's going to be even more so this year with you not being able to actually do the physical part.
Yeah.
Is there something that you've tried to do this offseason to kind of get you into that mode in terms of being that extension? Because the reality is, although your arm might be useless in 25 this year, your mind's not going to be. And there's still a lot of guys, especially the ones who may be vying for your spot in the rotation, that could lean on you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's my job to help prepare these guys the best I can. And, guys like Waldron, guys like Randy Vasquez, Johnny Brito, Those are guys that are, have really good stuff and are not far away from, being, middle of the rotation to top half, starting pitchers.
Yeah.
So trying to share some things. That's something we talk about all the time in the clubhouse.
Jake, you've won 7 of your last 8 games. How would you describe the kind of baseball this team is playing right now?
No, that's awesome. I think the way you're seeing us play, the way we come back from a loss, and no, I think this is kind of what we've been working towards all year, and it seems to be clicking. New group of guys, but they're fitting in really well. So no, it's awesome.
You mentioned the new group of guys. Ramon Laureano has the home run late. How significant is it to get that kind of contribution from that new group?
Yeah, no, it's huge. I think we've talked about it the last few days since I've been here. Man, it just extends our lineup, and 1 through 9, it's every guy's a tough out for that pitcher.
The pitching staff obviously got a little bit shaky there at the end, but Jake, you look at what these guys do. You got Jason Adam coming in the 6th inning. What's the real advantage you have with this bullpen right now?
No, I mean, I think we saw it today. I mean, it's, even David Morgan coming in and he dominates, and I feel like it's the first not great outing Morejon's had all year. I mean, he's been nails for us the entire season. But then to have the ability to bring in Suarez or Mason, and it's just the opportunities to mix and match and make that happen is incredible.
Jake Cronenworth speaking about the Padres and what's been going on. Can't believe Jake Cronenworth plays second base. According to the analytics, he can't cover any ground at all. Have you seen some of the plays this guy's made lately?
I have.
Thank you.
I have. I was there for one of them.
Jake homered yesterday. As did Ramon Laureano. You know what that means? Yeah, the 7-8 hitters both homering for the Padres yesterday. I bet that hadn't happened all year. The bottom 3 in the order hit 296 with 7 RBIs in the 3-game series against the Cardinals. I bet you that hadn't happened before this year either. Padres have a little more length in that lineup, and that is a nice thing. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris, 5:02 the time, as we get underway here for the final segment or 2 of the show. And then Sam Levitt, takes way over. Sammy does because he's doing the pregame show, and then he's doing the game, getting it all.
It's not 97.3 the fan. It's 97.3 the Sam.
Oh, very cute. Did you come up with that on your own today, or
I
just
did
now?
Just now.
Speaking of defense, the Saber Metrics defensive index rankings through June 8th. So that's a couple months ago.
I'm locked in.
But that's the closest I got. Do you know the best defensive player, according to Saber Metrics, is in the National League? And it's not even close. This guy is a 9.6, however they do this. Fernando is second to this guy. Fernando's an 8.3. This guy is so far ahead that it's not even, it's not even close.
Well, it's got to be Shohei Ohtani.
He doesn't play defense.
I know.
Nice try, pal.
I know. I don't have any idea.
Yeah, Matt Olson by a mile. Now here's where I come in front on Jake, and then we're going to move past this. But Nico Horner, best defensive second baseman according to these rankings, 6.1. This is Saber Metrics. You guys believe all this stuff. I don't. But Nico Horner, number 1. Otto Lopez, Bryce Terang, top 3. All the way down to Matt McClain and then Bryson Stott, who get a 0 rating.
Wow.
At second base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11th, Matt McClain, Bryson Stott, 12th, with a 0 rating. 13th on the Saber Metrics list at second base with a negative 5.3 rating.
Whoa.
Jake Cronenworth.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
So that's why I think I can fight the power a little bit. Because I just think Jake makes every play you're supposed to make. I don't know what you want him to do. I don't know how Sabermetrics really measures this stuff. But you're going to tell me Jake Cronenworth is basically the worst defensive second baseman in the National League by a wide margin, by the way. Minus 5.3. The next worst is a 0.
I can't think of him like making terrible
What am I
plays.
missing? What am I missing? Is somebody out there are you agonizing over Jake Cronenworth's defense out there? Does he not make a play? I just think it's crazy. I don't get it. I will say that Manny Machado is also worse than a 0. Well, he's a negative 0.1. And I know he's made errors, but you can't possibly tell me you've ever seen a Major League Baseball game and think that Manny Machado is worse than a 0, which I guess is what, average? I don't know how these sabermetrics things work, but okay, you guys do your sabermetrics. I'll take Manny at 3rd. I'll even take Jake at 2nd. I really will. Luis Arraez is 13th also. If you look at the Padre defense, Arraez is 2nd to last. Jake is 2nd to last. Manny is worse than, break even. Xander Bogaerts, clearly the best fielder we have. He's a plus 1.7. I mean, if you look at this thing, other than Fernando's way up there, 8.3. Fernando. According to the sabermetrics, Fernando's the only player on the Padres who can field at all.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it. I know the rest of you live for this stuff. This means everything to you. And I know nerds like Brian Kinney will, give me this stuff when they've never seen Jake Cronenworth play a game. But I just can't take it, without, railing against it a little. I just think it's a bunch of bull.
I agree with you because if you've watched Jake Cronenworth play, you know that he's not a terrible second baseman. You know who's a terrible second baseman? That poor guy who had 4 errors for the Marlins when he was in town.
He didn't make the list.
That was a terrible second baseman.
He didn't make
Chris,
the
I
list.
have some crazy update on Michael King.
Let's hear it.
Okay, Mike Schilt.
Wait a minute. Should this be breaking news sounder? Is it that big?
No, not that quite.
Okay.
But
I'll get back off the edge of my seat then.
Thank you. Just go in the middle of the seat.
Middle of the seat.
Mike Schilt talked to the media before the game. They asked him about Michael King.
Takeaway is very positive. Feels good today. I don't know if he's played catch or he's going to play catch today, but he got through 61 pitches yesterday and felt good and was really excited, and back to doing what he loves and competing. It's been a period of time, so there's a really good chance. Not going to put it in pen yet, but we'll put it in a dark pencil that he's got a good chance to his next start to be for a Padre big league club.
Whoa! Dark pencil next start could be the Padres.
Yeah, but we'll put it in a dark pencil that he's got a good chance to his next start to be for a Padre.
And if I know anything about Mike Schilt, he's not going out in that limb unless he's pretty darn sure.
No kidding. Mike Schilt wouldn't say that unless he already knows Michael King is playing.
Yes.
Wow.
So that would be
we don't even have to wait
weekend.
around. All right, we got a new pitcher tonight, JP Sears. We got Darvish, who's kind of new in a sense. He's still kind of working his way back. Tomorrow, we got Nestor Cortez, who's brand new pitching on Wednesday. Then we get a day off. And then we get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it sounds like Michael King will be one of those guys.
Yeah.
With Cease.
Against the Yanks.
And Pivetta.
Or not the Yanks, the Red Sox.
Cease and Pivetta. Wow. What? Things have changed, Skrabe. We've gone from Randy Vasquez being our number 3 starter to Randy Vasquez being in the minor leagues. I mean, that there tells you. And Randy Vasquez, by the way, somebody brought this up today on Twitter, and I commend them for it. We kid around and, say what we do because he throws a lot of pitches, whatever. Padres wouldn't be where they are without Randy Vasquez. I say that. I believe that. This guy has done a solid, yeoman, maybe even a better word than yeoman, whatever the next step up is from yeoman job. I think Randy Vasquez has been that this year.
I love Randy Vasquez.
Well,
I do.
Look, I don't love him.
He hasn't pitched great lately, but I
don't love him because 4 2/3 innings is not enough for me.
That's not his fault.
But coming into Saturday, the Padres had a better record in games that he started than they did in Nick Pivetta games. There's something to be said for Randy Vasquez doing that and helping him do that.
Nick Pivetta has been so good this year.
Randy Vasquez did his thing, but I don't think we'll see him again this year.
So Brandon wants to know, who comes out of the rotation? You have Pivetta,
the 6,
Darvish.
Yeah, right.
Darvish, Cease, Sears, Cortez. I think they're going 6-man rotation for a bit.
Well, you can do it with Darvish, first of all. Make sure he gets his rest, save him up for the playoffs. So that's part of it. If there's an off day in there, they might skip somebody, Cortez or Sears. I mean, I think it just depends to see how they pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, the guys that aren't going to be skipped are King and Pivetta. Cease, I don't think it'd be skipped.
Yeah.
But I think the other three they can mess around with. I don't think you don't have to pronounce it. You don't have to say, this is my 5-man staff.
That's true.
You can just start who you want to start.
That's very true.
And Mike Schilt and the Padres, man, they have some majorly good problems right now. And I mean good problems to have.
The word of the show on Skraby show on Thursday was options. Mike Schilt has many options now.
Yeah.
And he's got plenty. He's got too many options. It's like almost too good of a problem to have. But I'll take it.
All right. Tonight it's Sears. And, hey, look, heads up, Mr. Sears. Better pitch well.
Yeah.
You want to pitch again? That's okay with me. Put a little pressure.
I get it.
What do they say? Pressure creates diamonds. Have you heard that before? I think that's the statement. Pressure creates diamonds. Yeah.
Pressure creates diamonds?
Yeah. You pressure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You not heard that? You not heard that one? Yeah.
The first article that comes up is why we should stop saying pressure creates diamonds.
Oh, really? Well, hey.
Let's see what it says real quick.
All right.
The saying
that's
pressure
actually
creates
true.
should be tossed into the scrap heap of hideous cliches. This person's really upset about this. Diamonds must be carefully okay, this person's way too serious about this.
All right.
Way too serious.
Whoever can you give me an email for that person? I'm going to send him an email that says pressure creates diamonds. Capital letters.
It's the pressure hater at yahoo.com.
Evidently so. All right. I got the complaint department is open.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to be opening it for business when we come back. I hope the people who work here at this station are listening because I'm not pleased with something that is about to take place around the office. I also have to tell everybody about a story that has come down concerning the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournament that sounds like good news, but ultimately is not going to be good news. It's all coming up as Gwynn and Chris rolls on.
It's JP Sears is going to make his first start for you. Your thoughts on your expectations, what you want to see from him today?
Yeah, we're excited to see JP. I mean, clearly a guy that was, valued, and we got over here in the trade with Miller, and a lot of favorable things have been said coming from the group, with Oakland. Kotz and Nemo, their pitching coach and manager, very favorable, and we've seen him in the past. Looking forward to seeing him pitch tonight.
1946. There was a pitcher named Ken Sears. Same last name. I bring this up because also in 1940s, there was a catcher named Ed Roebuck. Sears threw to Roebuck.
I didn't know where you're going, but that's pretty good.
Tonight, Sears will throw to Fermin. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, but it'll be Padre baseball nonetheless here on 97.3 The Fan.
I used to get my washer and dryer at Sears and Fermin.
And Fermin, yes. Sears and Fermin. Good place. Happy Hour brought to you by GL Pools, swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball season is in full swing, and so is swim season. Call GL Pools, mention the word radio. You get a free month of pool service. While on that subject, we should mention that the San Francisco Giants at one point had a catcher by the name of Steve Decker. You remember him at all, Skrabe?
No, but Black and Decker.
Bud Black pitched to Steve Decker. That is true. Bud
That's good.
Black and Decker. You were on it. You were ahead of the game there. You knew that was coming.
That one was easy. I'm still impressed that Yu Darvish threw to Martin Maldonado and was like the 15th combination to ever be born on the same day of the same year. Like how many? Like that's crazy to me.
And who looks this up? That's
Jesse
what I want to know. That's what I want to know. By the way, our guys at SDFC came up short over the weekend, lost at Tigres 2-1. So they're 0-2 in the Leagues Cup. One more match in the Leagues Cup, then it's back to serious business for SDFC. Their next fixture, that's what they call them, Skrabe, fixtures.
Fixture?
Yes, their next fixture is coming up after they play Mazatlan tomorrow in the Leagues Cup. They return to action at Sporting Kansas City Saturday. SDFC first place, despite these two losses in the Leagues Cup. The Leagues Cup was one of those things that could have been really cool, but it's not going to be for us because we didn't win either game so far.
Well, that's a bummer.
Sorry about that, folks. All right, so I got bad news today. So did you, Skraby. You don't even know it.
What?
J.R. Rogers. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, the guy I texted when the phones broke.
He's right. Okay. Well, he's the esteemed guy who kind of runs things around here. DJ from time to time. Quite a good DJ, by the way. You ever heard JR on the air? That's okay.
I have, yes.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's been a disc jockey
He's been a fixture
for a while.
Speaking of fixtures, JR's been a fixture for a while. But he's in charge of things around here nowadays, and he texted all of us today to tell us that they're getting rid of the vending machine. We got a really good vending machine finally after all this time. It has a bunch of drinks. It has some food. It has snacks. It has, kind of stuff that you can heat up and make a little meal out of it. So I've kind of become friendly with this vending machine.
You've become friendly with the vending machine.
I have.
I did not know this.
Yes, and I come to find out today from JR that our vending machine does not sell enough stuff, so they're taking it away this week. And I texted him back and I said, well, how is it supposed to sell enough stuff when we don't make anybody come to work around here?
Oh, here we go. I didn't know we were going into
Oh,
this.
yes, we're going here.
I didn't know.
For those who don't know, we have a beautiful, beautiful building. Beautiful. The whole floor of this building. It's gorgeous. Skraby and I are usually the only ones here, though. We are. So,
see, I don't really care about the vending machine.
It doesn't bother you?
Gave up on the vending machine years ago.
All right.
After that whole Mentos disaster.
Would you like it better, though, if our office was filled with people?
No.
Okay.
I get
You're
more
cool.
work done here.
Okay.
I know you want to just walk around and talk to people, but I got work to do.
I do. I like to go bother people.
Yeah, people really love it when they're in the middle of a sales call.
Usually
and Chris
they do.
comes up behind them and starts massaging their shoulders.
That's silly. That's stupid.
That's not true.
That's stupid.
Let me be clear. That was a made up joke.
I just like, our office better back in the days. But once we got to COVID and everybody worked from home, they just kind of kept doing
Now,
it.
here's the thing I want to know, though. How are we making sure that these people are actually working from home?
That's your problem because you said you like the way it is now. So
Okay,
that's
well,
not
I take
my
it
problem.
back. I take it back. I need everybody in the office clocking in and out.
I just assume that as a salesperson, you better be selling stuff, or otherwise they're going to know whether you're in the office or not.
Adam Paul
Right?
says no because he hates people. I think he's talking about me. I don't hate people. I just don't like dealing with people.
I don't know. I just think this big, beautiful building and office. I don't know what you call this. A whole floor suite.
Yes, it's the entire 6th floor.
It's an absolute beautiful spot, and I just think it's kind of going a little to waste.
Oh, Adam's on the chat.
Our Adam?
Yeah.
Well, he comes to work.
He
so
does
He's
come to
not
work.
part of this.
I mean, Adam
I'll tell
is-
you
yeah.
one thing, Adam Klug. If you are on the chat, buy some more stuff at the vending machine so they don't toss it away.
I think it's gone.
I know.
I revised my statement on people being here.
Okay.
I revised it
All right.
because there were so many people here when I started working here. There was
were.
like no spots for those
No,
people.
it was it was very crowded, but I still like the hustle bustle better.
Adam brings his own food, so he's not going to use the
Hustle
vending
bustle.
machine.
The
I
hustle
didn't realize
bustle
that this
guy.
was such a big deal.
Oh, it's a big topic around here.
Okay.
For me, I'm the only one. All right, let's get to a quick sports topic. We got a few minutes left because this is going to be something that I am already going to start complaining about now. Today, well, I have two things. I just thought of a second one. Now I hope I left enough time. I'll give you the one that I like better than the other one. The NCAA basketball tournament, men and women, announced today they will not be expanding beyond 68 teams this season.
That's good.
That is good. But here's what's not good. Said Dan Gavitt, quote, expanding the tournament fields is not being contemplated for this season. However, the committees will continue conversations on whether to recommend expanding in advance of the 2027 championships.
Oh.
Do they not listen to everyone who says this is a horrible idea?
They don't care.
There is no one who thinks going to 76 or 80 or 90 or whatever stupid thing they want to do is a good idea. I don't get it. The reason that some commissioners do want it, because there's more money to be made. How much do you need? Don't wreck the sport. Don't water down the tournament anymore. I know yelling is falling on deaf ears there because they're going to expand this tournament, whether I want them to or not. Fortunately, they're not doing it this season.
I am so tired
of
bad decisions being made because a few people at the top get more
Get
money.
richer, right? And the rest of us have to suffer for it.
But you know what? We are to blame.
How are we to blame on
because
this
we
one?
keep consuming things.
Well, you're right. If they go to 90 teams in the NCAA tournament, I'm going to watch all 89 games. I know I will.
Where's that 90th game?
Well, if there's 90 teams, there's only 89 games.
Never mind.
Come on, man. Why do I have to explain everything to you?
Because I'm angry.
If there's 90 teams, all 90 don't get eliminated.
It's like the NFL. Oh, well, we don't want to alienate our fans in the States, but we're about to create 4 teams in Europe because it was going to make us more money. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. We need to stop enabling these billionaires. I'm going to go on a billionaire rant right now. We need to stop enabling them. As long as we give them money, they are going to take our money, and they're going to happily do it, and they're going to keep taking our money. That's when we need to make a change. Stop watching the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I'm going to have to watch it when they have 90.
I can't.
Yeah, when they have 90 teams, I'm going to have to watch it, and they know it, and that's why they're going to expand it. Just like P. Diddy and company know that you'll keep buying records that he produces.
I won't.
Okay. Well,
I'm like the
I
only
appreciate
person
you, but I'm just saying I don't think that's going to hold up across the board.
I'm the only person that I know in my friend like that actually does follow through. Like, I try not to do Amazon. I've ordered Amazon maybe like 3 times in the past 6 months because I'll go to the grocery store. I know it's harder on me, but I don't want to give Amazon any more money.
Okay, I got one time. What time we out? 33?
Yeah,
I got 4 minutes.
Okay.
I'm going to need that much time for this. Over the weekend, I read it several times. Skrabe, maybe you can confirm or deny whether this is 100% official, but I believe it either is or it's about to be.
Okay.
Speaking of billionaires, the ESPN people have bought the NFL Red Zone.
And guess what they're going to do, Chris?
I don't want to hear it.
They're going to put commercials in Red Zone.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either.
Let me ask you this. If they're going to put commercials in, are they then going to still charge us extra for it?
I'm sure they are.
So they're going to do both. They'll get both.
Yeah. Yeah. This story really irked me.
This is the worst thing I've heard because I know, anybody who listens knows the Red Zone is about my favorite thing there is. Like it goes, my wife, my dog, Red Zone. You and Tony scraggle in there somewhere behind that.
No,
you know what
I get it. I get it. You are a Red Zone guy.
I love the Red Zone, but I'm not alone. Everybody loves the Red Zone. And it's been one of the greatest things. We're all happy to pay for it, or most of us are.
Yeah.
They can charge whatever they want. We'll keep paying for it. We love Scott Hansen. We don't want him replaced by L. Duncan or whoever stupid person ESPN's going to put in there. We want Scott Hansen. We want Red Zone the way it is forevermore. And I know nothing's forever, but I wanted it, and now it's going to change hands. Can I ask you this? Do you know, is it going to happen this year?
No, it's not this year.
Okay. So I get one more year of it.
They have to go through, I believe, a regulatory process to make sure this isn't some sort of like monopoly. But this really does bother me because the whole thing of Red Zone, the reason that people love it, the reason it's such a cult thing is because how do they start the games? 7 hours of commercial-free football starts now.
What is the greatest thing about it as well? When Tyreek Hill scores, you know it almost immediately.
They'll bring it to you.
You don't want a commercial and then come back 7 minutes later and they go, while we were away, the Saints scored on, this is not what we tune in for.
No, it's not.
And you know what, in this day and age, because we have our phones, you have your alerts on your phone anytime your fantasy player scores, right?
Yeah.
It pops up.
Yep.
So you're going to find out that so-and-so scored before they come back from the break. And it's just,
they're going to ruin it.
ESPN is going to ruin Red Zone. I know it, and I can't handle it.
ESPN,
I am so upset about
No,
this.
you know who we blame for this?
Who?
The NFL. The NFL did not need this money. And they do not care, Chris, because we will still watch it. I don't know how you got me so riled up in the last 10 minutes of the show.
Because I told you there were two topics that I was ticked off about, and there they are. Is there anything we can do to stop the Red Zone from changing hands?
Stop watching it.
Well, how is that going to stop it?
Get to the regulatory judge that's making the decision.
I hope he's a Red Zone fan or she. And just says, you know what? We're going to leave well enough alone.
I'm glad Lori made it on your top list.
Yeah, I know, me too. I'm glad I remembered her as well. I'm glad I remembered her. I might put my car up in there, but, I don't want the Red Zone to be changed. I know that I can't watch it forever, but I just want to keep hope alive.
I'm with you. I'm with you 1,000%.
Really ticks me
when
off.
I read that they're not even just like talking about it. They're planning on making it commercial.
And they're going to charge me a ton of money on top of having to watch commercials. I mean, you and I already know that if you're watching Hulu or Amazon Prime and you're watching your favorite movie, they just stop and there's a couple commercials.
Which they didn't even tell me about.
And I'm already paying for the service. So they're getting it twice.
I'm really over this.
Somebody brought this up. I think it was the comedian Bill Burr. Do you know this guy?
Yes,
He's very funny.
He's very real. I love it.
Bill Burr said, and I'm not going to quote him exactly.
Because you can't.
But it's close as I can do. When is it going to stop that people who make $90 million need $100 million at the expense of all the people that lose their jobs? When is this going to stop? And this is a part of what we're talking about with Red Zone. I know. They're all making way more money, and we're going to get an inferior product because of it.
And we're just all going to fall in line and be like, this is great. We got Red Zone with commercials now. Yay. I'm not blaming everyone else out there.
I know. I got to watch it. All right. Sorry to end up on a harangue. But
Rod
that's where
says,
it went
first
today.
the snack machine, now Red Zone.
Kylie better watch it when I get home. I might be in a mood to,
They said it could be a double screen commercial, so don't miss anything, which doesn't necessarily bother me, but it's not what I want.
No. I was going to say the dog better run for the hills. I might be in a bad mood. Sam Levitt's next. Padre Baseball. Talk to you tomorrow.